cut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
What's good, everyone? Hope y'all can hear me. Is my volume good? Shout out to Carlos Rosado in the building. Can y'all hear me? Cooking with Surf Senior on deck. What's good? Mike on deck. What's good? What's good? Can y'all hear me? Can you put a Y or N in there? A Yankee or November? Is my audio straight? If you can do me that favor, I appreciate it. Let me know. Let me know. My audio straight? Is my audio straight, please? I appreciate it. Hey, shout out to Sir Senior. Shout out to IOTBA Boxing Talk in the building. Salute to you. The GOAT on deck. Toby Bartlett on deck. Mr. International. Salute WCS. And the hottest chat in the YTC with Global, baby. Hey, let's get straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Because I love the energy and attention that y'all giving me. You know what I'm saying? When y'all got something else to talk about. Y'all can't do it with Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Now, once again, it's nothing new to WCS to pretty much get all this love. I mean, this unadulterated, this raw, uncut love for Crawford being ducked by Canelo. I get it. Remember, this is just boxing talk for me. But I was listening to IOTBA's live the other day, and look, it was good that the link was dropped and everything. But there was a guy on there that was just whining. He was just kept on whining, and he is one of those individuals that I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? He was the one I was talking about. That he's not really a fan of Canelo, right? He's just a crybaby, like a side chick who want more attention to sit up here and talk shit about Bud Crawford, saying the same stuff. What has he done? Hey, the link is in the chat, bro. The link is in there just for you. Look, I want to keep it on boxing, but you was over there saying all these things about TBE, which I thought it was a boxing debate. Like, I go to IO shit for entertainment. You're talking about somebody who has some of the most controversial lives ever in this game. You know what I'm saying? Has been at it for the longest of time. But some of you new niggas, right? You take advantage of not knowing. You take advantage of not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, I missed it this morning. I missed it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I was doing, but I missed it. But the link is in the chat for you. I hope you ain't at church. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to kind of explain to me why Canelo ain't ducking freaking Crawford. And please, I hope you come over here with something different. I got time today. I do. I have time, brother. The link is in the chat. But until he get here, if he gets here, I want you to listen to something right quick. And shout out to TBE for maintaining composure. Because look, these cats will say you're emotional. And you're upset. You're whining. And they're the ones screaming and calling you out your name. But yet, they're not a Canelo fan. They just a legitimate bona fide Crawford hater. They're a Crawford hater. This is IOTBA Boxing Talks live audio. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to IO. Nothing to him. I mean, he ain't new to this, but I just wanted to highlight one of the patrons that he had on there that was whining a lot. I mean, I had to think to myself, damn. They always talking about how Crawford fans are, but these Spence fans haven't healed yet. They haven't healed. I'm here. I'm here for the smoke for this guy. You know what I'm saying? I want you to come on here and see, can you talk that talk with me? I don't want the personal jabs. I'm not here to yell, kick, and scream and go through all that. But I wanna talk to you about the same topic. Since this is a hot topic, you know what I'm saying? You had a lot to say, so let the fans, let me give him some airtime on the bullshit he was talking about.
No. Canelo literally said it's an easy fight.
Yeah, and he said he's going to need 150 million for that.
And what's wrong with needing 150 million?
What's wrong? Here we go. Side chick vibes. When they come over here and try to, what's wrong with him needing 150 million? What's wrong? No, what's right about it? What's right about it? Y'all cats over here always talking about how much a fighter shouldn't get. Then when it comes to one of the fighters that you want to advocate against a fighter that you don't like, you say, what's wrong with him asking for 150 million? And y'all over here complaining about why you don't see the best fight the best. Like, that's unreasonable. If you've never had a fight in your entire career out of 65 pro fights, why would you get up here and protest and agree that it's okay for Canelo to price himself out when that's the common language that's used? A common language in boxing, boxers pricing themselves out. And he says, what's wrong? He says, what's wrong with him asking for 150? I tell you niggas, please be consistent. Be consistent. If you're saying Crawford does nothing, his legacy does nothing for Canelo, you're trying to say Crawford, if he fights Canelo, Canelo gets nothing from it. That's what you're saying. But you saying, what's wrong with him asking for 150 million for a fighter that he's saying is too small? You're not making no sense. Why upcharge? Why outprice yourself? And you up here making complaints and bitching about what Crawford got going on. It's like Crawford. Now, we'll get to that. I'm not going to lay it all out right there. I got to feed the hors d'oeuvres first. I got to take the spoon out. I got to use table etiquette. I need to use table etiquette first.
Does he get out of fighting Terrence Crawford?
He get to be the one that defeats Crawford, take his own.
No. That don't mean shit. Hold on. That don't mean.
See, listen. He say that don't mean shit. Now I'm going to go out and say, just because you can yell and you can pick up your tone of voice, don't make you a boxing fan. You seem like you like arguing with bitches. You want to be over there on Spaces just arguing, just yelling and screaming with niggas. You say, what does it mean? Let's go back a little bit.
You're afraid of this guy and taking this risk, so you won't do it, right? So you're saying Canelo, who went up and fought Bivol, he wasn't afraid of Bivol, but he's afraid of Crawford. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, let me quote what Canelo said. Canelo said,
Quote
obviously, fighting Crawford is a risk. So if I'm going to fight him, I'm going to need 150 million.
Is TBE wrong? Come on now. Was he wrong in what he just said? The man obviously has been on the streets and his ear has been listening. He's been in tune with what's on the street. So look, boxing debates can go many ways. Just because you don't want to acknowledge the facts that's coming from someone who is lighting you up right now, and you go, no. That's not a boxing debate. That's you unwilling to hear a fact that is coming your way. He just told you a straight up fact. And guess what his response is?
No. Canelo.
No. Yes. He told you some straight facts. You just coming over here to argue.
Canelo literally said it's an easy fight.
Yeah, and he said he's going to need 150 million for that.
And what's wrong with needing 150 million? What does he get out of fighting Terrence Crawford?
Now that's a casual right there. What's wrong with him asking for 150 million? What did he get out of fighting Terrence Crawford? But this guy right here, obviously, he doesn't know how to balance the scales out when it comes to accolades. What WCS say? When it comes to being on weight, Crawford's on weight with Canelo. It's so many receipts out there to say he's on weight with Canelo. He's definitely on weight. He's saying what's wrong with Canelo outpricing himself for a fighter that's too small and turns around and gets offered 150 when he was asked by another media outlet, and he said 150 to these goofballs that won't check Canelo because they don't want to lose their media credentials. He said, what's wrong with him asking for 150? What does he get from fighting Crawford? What does Crawford get from fighting Canelo Alvarez? What does he get? Canelo happened to be the champion, right? He ain't undisputed. The reason why they hating is that Crawford will become a 5th division champion. They'll be his 5th division champion. Canelo hasn't made the move to addition of 5th division. That's why they don't want Crawford going up there beating Canelo, because yes, he strips him once again, just like Floyd did. He strips him of all these people that hyped him up to be this freaking great fighter, which he is, you know what I'm saying, in his own era. He's did some things. He has some names on his resume. But if you pick through which ones was old and which one was competitive in their prime, it gets a little shaky. That's real talk. And the fact that he was Pop dirty.
He get to be the one that defeats Crawford, take his own.
No. That don't mean shit. Hold on. That don't mean, hold on 1 second.
$100 million.
Hold on. That don't mean shit. Beating Crawford to Canelo's legacy, what does that do to Canelo's legacy? He's not going to get credit for that. He's not going to go in the Hall of Fame for that. He's already in the Hall of Fame.
It's funny how people going around talking about Canelo's already in the Hall of Fame and he's still active. Right? Where's this dude at? Dude, I know the link. I know people told you. Where are you at, bro? I mean, come over here and have some fun on a Sunday. I am here to accommodate. You love saying no all the time. But he's making some valid points. You can't sit up here and act like you can take 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 other fighters that's professionals in the sport around the division to make it seem worthwhile. You can't find anyone to match up to Crawford's resume and what his achievements are right now. His ESPY awards. How many world champions he defeated. His defenses. You cannot sit up here and zero out Crawford's achievements just because you're a hater. It doesn't work like that. Just because you're a hater, it doesn't prove that you're right.
Crawford ain't got no belts. He ain't got no legacy for Canelo. He offers Canelo shit.
Crawford doesn't have no belts for Canelo. I mean, he said Crawford doesn't have belts for Canelo. Man, are you delusional? Did you just start watching boxing? I can name you several fights that fighters have moved up and didn't have a belt. Let me start with Rocky Fielding. Did Rocky Fielding, did he say, oh, Canelo doesn't have a belt here at 168. I'm not fighting him. You sound stupid. You sound stupid. When Canelo moved up and fought who again? Triple G. Did Canelo have a belt? When he moved up and fought Sergey Kovalev, did he have a belt? Did Kovalev say, no, I don't want to fight you, Canelo. You don't have a belt up here. What do I get from you sound crazy, bro. You a casual. You're a temporary boxing fan. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. When he moved up there and fought Bivol, did he have a belt? I don't want to hear no dusty ass shit. He moved up there and fought an old ass Kovalev back in the day. Did he have a belt when he went up there and fought Bivol? So that shit right there just get burned down. That's ashes, bro. That's dust. That's dust at the end of the day.
Canelo gets nothing by destroying Terrence Crawford. So once again, why is it wrong for him to want some money if he's going to even entertain the fight? Explain that to me. How is that a duck? You're not making sense.
I'm not saying that it's wrong for him to want any money. What I'm saying to you, bro, is that Canelo, again, this is what Canelo said. I'm quoting Canelo. I'm not
Quote
talking off
Canelo when he
top of my
said it's
head.
an easy fight. Quote that.
Yeah.
And him
Yeah, he
asking
did
for
say that.
150 million ain't a duck, pussy.
So this dude saying it ain't a duck pussy. So this dude is seriously reckless. He don't want to keep it on boxing. He want to call people out their name for a distraction of him sounding stupid. Canelo says it's an easy fight, but yet what warrants him to upcharge and outprice himself? Tell me, where's that fair at? Usually in common sense, anybody that's in competition, especially in a combat sport, if they say so-and-so's easy and they're within a competitive weight class, that means they're within range for them to fight each other. If they say that person is easy, most of the time, if it makes sense, then the promoters try to make the fight. So why in the hell would you say that Canelo sells an easy fight and then you agree with him asking for 150 and you don't find nothing wrong with that? Man, you need to educate yourself a little bit more. I don't know what the fuck you do during your off time. You know what I'm saying? You might be into that cup game. You know what I'm saying? Can't put my cup down. Ain't put my cup. I can't put my cup down. You can't. You might can't put the cup down, nigga. You own something. Maybe you're on that same shit Canelo was on when he was suspended heading into that rematch with Gennady.
Why you gotta get like that, bro? What is that?
Say, man, we finna make some jerk chicken in this motherfucker. Come on, keep going, bro. Catch
why
up.
do you need to go that route, bro?
Cause you don't know me, bro. This is about to go left.
Stop being
sensitive, bro. Stop being sensitive.
Oh, stop being sensitive. I'm still waiting. What is nigga at, bro? The goddamn, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. It's all about being sensitive. I want to be sensitive today. Please, the link is in the chat. Where's this PUKE guy at? You up here calling people pussy, bitches, and all that, and we're supposed to be talking about we're supposed to be talking about boxing, and you up here talking about kissing Canelo's ass and agreeing that he should ask 150 for a fight that's supposed to be easy? Nigga, you must have been watching the Smurfs fight. Hey, you been watching the Smurf Network? Cartoon? Have you been watching Tom Chase Jerry? I mean, what's been going on? Where he been watching boxing at? I mean, I'm sending out. I want the where's this dude at? Please, I need that attention. I need that attention right there, for real, because you're not even talking about boxing. You're not making any sense at all. And if another man asks you, TBE say, bro, what's the pussy about? That don't have nothing to do with being sensitive. That's like, why are you not talking about boxing? That's all I want to know. Keep it on boxing.
Don't be sensitive, TBE. Come on now. We finna bring that fire. I'm gonna put belt to ass in 1 minute. Come on now, TBE.
This nigga talking about belt to ass, man. Bro, you in incinerator, right? Bring your ass over here to this goddamn hot grease, bro. I want to hear the bullshit you got to say to me. I don't need no notes. I don't need none of that shit. Talk that crazy ass shit to me and keep it on boxing. You one of them niggas that want to yell and scream and talk about somebody being emotional, but you ain't talking no sense when it comes to what's the topic of. TBE is clearly dropping some facts to you. And you said, no, we ain't doing that.
Come on, TBE, if you're going to be sensitive, then I'll scale back. If this a coochie segment, I'll scale back. I thought you came on here with some nuts. So if you don't like all this heat, then I'll bring it down a little bit for you.
Hey, what it sound like for me, Nuke, is that you came with the nuts. I mean, I understand it's winter in a lot of places. You came up here looking like a squirrel that was harvesting them motherfuckers. All I'm suggesting to you, you don't have to carry the motherfuckers around in both cheeks. You just go put them in your little hiding spot and go back and get some more cinnamon nuts to put in there. That's how you do that. You don't have to just carry and just have that load. You know what I'm saying? Walking around, being all irritated because them nuts cutting the inside of your jawline. Go put them in your motherfucking stash, bro, wherever your nest at. Them the only nuts I see. You going around here, have full cinnamon nuts in your mouth, and you up here not listening to facts that's being talked about. You say it's okay for him to say that Crawford's too small. You highlight that Crawford's too small. But yet you still co-signed the 150 million? It's crazy, bro.
It's not heat. I mean, what you're saying is
Then
just,
answer the question.
it doesn't
I asked
make
you the
any
same
sense.
shit 3 times. How is
You know
it
what
a
I'm saying?
duck when he's fighting a smaller guy when he was already fought a much bigger, dangerous guy in Bivol? Explain that to me. How is
Well-
it a duck? It don't make sense.
Well, again, let me just quote what Canelo said. Okay, can I quote Canelo now?
Quote him.
Canelo said when they asked him about fighting Crawford, he said, "Obviously, it is a risk." So the guy said, "So you won't take $100 million to fight Crawford?" He said, "No, I want 150." Okay, so if Canelo is saying it's a risk, why are you saying it's not a risk?
So hold on. Canelo, let me quote Canelo. Canelo said it's an easy fight.
Yeah, he's also saying it's a
So
risk.
so you're hold on.
See, here we go. TBE is correct. Canelo did say it was risk. He did put it out there that Crawford was risk. Obviously, you're not doing enough homework. You haven't did enough study, because what you said was right too. It was an easy fight. You have to go by the timelines. You're just picking one biased ass moment to make your point, and you refusing to acknowledge what TBE is talking about, which is a fact too. Canelo said Crawford was a risk, and also he said it was an easy fight. Why you refuse to acknowledge facts when you hear them, bro?
So every fight's a risk, dumbass. But if Canelo's saying it's an easy fight,
Y'all hear the dumbass shit? Like this is somebody who refused to acknowledge facts when they're being presented to them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You refuse to acknowledge facts when they're being presented to you, and we're talking about being sensible here, being adult-like. I guess this guy is all hyped up. Why are you letting a Crawford topic get you to a point where you calling somebody dumbass and pussy and all that? If you want to talk about sensitive, this nigga totally sensitive. He's absolutely sensitive, because he's calling TBE out his name, and TBE is pretty much being sensible about the situation. Not sensitive, he's being sensible.
was Bivol a risk? I'm asking you a question. Was Bivol a risk?
Bivol whooped his butt.
Okay, sure. But was he a risk?
Of course, he was a risk if he beat him.
Okay, hold on. So Bivol was a risk. Did Canelo ask for 150 for Bivol?
Which is, see, now you're answering my question.
I'm asking you a question. Stop talking around it.
Answer my question.
Put the jerk chicken down and answer the question.
Canelo
Did he
is a
ask for
risk.
150 million for Bivol?
Bivol is a
Answer
risk.
my
He didn't
don't
ask
go.
for
We don't have time for you to go
$150
around and
million
question.
Look, you know why this don't make any sense? That he's asking, did Bivol ask for? Did Canelo ask Bivol for 150 million? You know why I don't have anything to do with Crawford? Because it just further shows you how we're right. If he didn't ask Bivol for 150 million, he obviously sees the threshold. Also, he sees the depth for which this fight is going to be based off the PTSD he has with fighting Floyd Mayweather. Dimitri Bivol don't have anything to do just because it was supposedly a risk and he didn't ask for 150 million. Canelo is on record when somebody said Turkey Al-Sheikh said this, and Canelo said himself 150. So if Canelo is asking for 150 for a fighter who's in a lighter weight class, who he deems to be easy, and also he has made a statement that it's a risk, when are you going to hold Canelo accountable for being optimistic and basically saying, you know what, I'm going to be straight up with you, I want to fight Crawford? He hasn't made that clear and concise. He has not stamped it that I want to fight Crawford right now, right here. You're busy asking about a fighter that was a risk that he didn't care. I mean, we're talking about, was Turkey Al-Sheikh even involved in the fight? We're talking about Turkey Al-Sheikh who has the money. Turkey Al-Sheikh who's supporting Crawford. Turkey Al-Sheikh a Riyadh season. Big Turk. You know what I'm saying? The Turk that has the juice. The Turk that has all these other promotions affiliated with him. The ones that's making moves in the sport. That's who I'm talking about. Turkey Al-Sheikh had nothing to do with the Bivol fight back then, regardless if he has something to do with Beterbiev and Bivol now. When Canelo fought him the first time, Turkey Al-Sheikh didn't have anything to do with it. But obviously, Turk was in the conversation when the question was proposed. What do you think about Turk Al-Sheikh? You know, Zanny offer you 100 million. And Canelo say, he didn't deny it. He said 150. So that has nothing to do with anything, bro. You so off the mark. I mean, he up here trying to fire down range with his eyes closed. He's not a marksman, bro, when it comes to this boxing debate. He's just a screamer. And we all know in combat, you can't be loud. You don't want to goddamn alarm the enemy ahead of time. It's all about tactics, right? You're all over the place, bro. You belong in the nursery. That's where you belong, in the nursery, with all the other babies that's crying, so y'all can get fed at the same time.
Hold on. I'm asking you a question.
$150 million for Crawford. Okay.
Exactly. So why was it? Hold on. So why is he asking for 150 for Crawford, but not Bivol?
Crawford is more of a risk. That's why he's asking for more money.
You got to take his nuts off your face. The reason why he asked for 150 for Crawford and not Bivol is because he has something to gain by fighting Bivol, you stupid piece of trash.
Does this sound like a mature debate to you? What does he have that he didn't have before? This guy knows very little about boxing. I'm going to be honest with you. Because Canelo has already been out there and won a legitimate championship, right? He's been up there already for Kovalev when Kovalev was old and over the hill, right? Right? He already been up there. So what makes Bivol any different than Kovalev? They both had 175 at the time. But let's listen to how this dude is losing his mind and not making any educational sense.
$150 million for Crawford. Okay.
Exactly. So why was it? Hold on. So why is he asking for 150 for Crawford, but not Bivol?
Crawford is more of a risk. That's why he's asking for more money.
You got to take his nuts off your face. The reason why he asked for 150 for Crawford and not Bivol is because he has something to gain by fighting Bivol, you stupid piece of.
He has something to gain? Did you hear what he just said? This is a motherfucker that's delusional. He on that good shit heading into 25. I mean, some people still drunk or either freaking high on some good shit. They might be on that Flocka. They might be on paint thinner. Because he has something to gain from fighting Bivol. So outprice yourself from the easier fight. Look, check this out. Let's just bring in the pound for pound list. Crawford been there longer than anybody else on the pound for pound list. That's not value. That doesn't up the appraising value. That doesn't up the Wall Street. Out of all that yelling and screaming you're doing, you're trying to tell me the reason why he asked 150 million because he has something to gain from Bivol. Oh, so you saying Canelo Alvarez is not going to repeat the same shit he did with Kovalev? Win a title, vacate, win another title, vacate? So you trying to convince the people that if he would have beat Bivol, he would have went on and tried to fight Beterbiev? Is that what you was trying to give the people? You're trying to say that Canelo would have attempted to go in there with Kovalev. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear what was the gaining moment, what was the intent. You know what I'm saying? What was going to be the end game for Canelo if he beat freaking Bivol? Because you're saying in a delusional, I'm talking about crackhead, crackish type ways, that you saying he's asking for Crawford because Crawford is an easy, smaller fight, but yet he has something to gain with Bivol. A title? He already has titles. He don't get another division going up to 175. He's already been there. So him fighting Bivol, he gains nothing, dumbass. Dumbass. He gains nothing. So what? He has a title. He's already had a title. That's why he's a 4-division champion. Stupid. You busy up here calling people out their fucking name and you sound dumb as fuck, nigga. Like you didn't even graduate grade school of boxing. That ain't the first time he's moving up to fight Bivol. Bivol ain't Beterbiev. You acting like he had thoughts of going up there unifying 175-pound division. You know that ain't the case. He ain't never sat up there and said, hey, I want to fight Beterbiev next. Hell no. He already had 4 divisions from Kovalev. So what the fuck did he have to gain just from going up there fighting Bivol? He wins. Oh, so you're gonna tell the people, oh, he has more to gain. What? Where was the belts at? What did he have to gain, bro? Another championship? So what? He's trying to catch Crawford? What is he trying to gain? You're talking about the same Canelo that refused to pay the IBO sanctioning fees when he was up there fighting Gennady Golovkin, right? That's the same Canelo you're talking about? That's all about legacy and gains? The same fighter who refused to pay the IBO sanctioning fees? The simple IBO sanctioning fees, bro. He refused to pay for them. He couldn't beat Gennady Golovkin the first time. So you're trying to say him moving up to 175, he can get back the IBF title that was stripped from him in the rematch against Gennady Golovkin. Boy, you don't want this smoke. Boy, you don't want this motherfucking smoke, bro. You don't want the hot grease. You're trying to tell me the same fighter's going up there, he has a lot to gain by Bivol's championship, but yet he refused to pay the IBO sanctioning fees at 160? And you're talking about just gaining another belt? Are you trying to insinuate he was about to go on a 2-division undisputed against Beterbiev? Man, nigga, stop. Beterbiev would destroy that cat.
Trash. By fighting Bivol, he could have made history by being an undefeated prime world champion in a higher weight class. He could have beat Dimitri Bivol for a world title. That's why
he could have. Damn. Okay, we still talking about Crawford here? Wow. He say, let's hear that again. Let's hear this again, because this nigga, his foot is all the way in his mouth and coming out his ass, bro.
No. So why is he asking for 150 for Crawford, but not Bivol?
Crawford is more of a risk. That's why he's asking for more money.
You got to take his nuts off your face. The reason why he asked for 150 for Crawford and not Bivol is because he has something to gain by fighting Bivol, you stupid piece of trash. By fighting Bivol, he could have made history by being an undefeated prime world champion in a higher weight class. He could have beat Dimitri Bivol for a world title. That's why he was not asking for that. With Terrence Crawford, he's going to get criticized.
Now he's talking about hypotheticals. He's trying to say he understands how to measure other fight fans' feelings and what they're thinking. And we know that ain't true. We know that ain't true. Boy, you sound stupid. You know you sound stupid, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Where did y'all find this guy at? Where did y'all find him at? This guy is the worst. He don't know a motherfucking thing about boxing except yelling and screaming. Come on, bro. So you're trying to say Dimitri Bivol, who has the big win, you know what I'm saying, over who exactly? Who did Bivol beat? Who did Bivol beat that's bumping up this legacy? Y'all just heard PUKE say, oh, he has the opportunity to be the undefeated fighter, right? So let's go back in time a little bit, okay, PUKE? Why are you not giving credit for Crawford and Julius Ndongo? Oh, he doesn't count. Oh, he doesn't count. Yeah, this is what you want, right? This is what you want. Okay. What about Jeff Horn? Oh, so Crawford didn't have no legacy of beating Jeff Horn, right? I'm just saying, Crawford gets no credit for beating Jeff Horn. Think about that. I give you time to think about it because you haven't clicked the link yet. You know, you haven't clicked the link yet. I hear all this goddamn, you damn near biting your motherfucking lip off trying to goddamn call people out their name. What happened though? What about Jeff Horn? When you talk about legacy, Jeff Horn was undefeated. So Crawford don't get no, legacy points for fighting a Jeff Horn who had been in there with a Manny Pacquiao, or because he fought him in his backyard, Australia. Oh, okay. What about when he went on a stopping spree? He doesn't get credit for defeating an undefeated Jose Benavidez. Oh, they're not champion. But Jeff Horn was a champion, right? Jeff Horn was a champion, right? He was undefeated. He was a champion. Jose Benavidez was undefeated. Kavaliauskas, who Crawford has admitted that was his hardest fight, he was undefeated. He was undefeated, right? Sean Porter, he was a 2-time welterweight world champion. He wasn't undefeated, but Obviously, he was important enough to fight because he had a common opponent in Errol Spence, right? And then he fights an undefeated Errol Spence. Legacy. All of a sudden, you want to act like you're forgetting about what happened in 2023. You want to act like you forget that Errol Spence was undefeated, holding 3 belts, and on the pound-for-pound list with Crawford. And you up here highlighting Canelo Alvarez just because he was stepping up and fight Bivol for a legacy? Man, ain't nobody fucking thinking about no goddamn Bivol. And what if Canelo would have beat him? You're talking about hindsight shit. In hindsight, nigga, you're talking about shit that has already happened to justify Canelo, who in recent Canelo has said 150 million. But you up here trying to say, Canelo don't get nothing for fighting Crawford. You know goddamn well that shit don't make no motherfucking sense, nigga. You sounding like a whiny ass baby with diaper rash. You just up here yelling and screaming because you want somebody to say, hey, I don't know, help me, change it. What are you talking about? Find your words. Piss, shit. Right there, yeah. That's what you sound like. You just hear the fucking whine. He would have got something out of fighting an undefeated Bivol. And Beterbiev is the unified champion, nigga? Are you stupid or are you dumb, man? You up here disrespecting TBE for no fucking reason. He dropping facts to you.
Size and blame and say he's a cherry picker if he fight a guy moving up in weight, you dumb piece of shit. This is the problem with these guys.
You never heard me call somebody a dumb piece of shit unless them niggas came for me on the personal. But this ain't shit nigga right here. When somebody call you a dumb piece of shit and it's supposed to be on boxing, this nigga, he has some personal issues that's going on in his life. He ain't happy. This is why I say about the Crawford haters. They always mad. They always angry, bro. That's why I was bringing in my pro bono therapy sessions that I offer. I'm here to get you back in order. I'm here to help you do a mental reset. You calling somebody a piece of shit and you never broke bread. The man never owed you money. He never tried to go after your girl. He never did anything to say, damn, I can't trust you as a person. We're talking about boxing talk. And he's calling somebody a piece of shit off boxing topics? Boxing topics. Nigga, you a ain't shit nigga, for real. You a ain't shit nigga, for real. If you can't hold down a boxing conversation without being overly upset and angry, dude, you just came on here to be disrespectful. It's plenty of niggas to be disrespectful on here. Real talk. But what are you calling him a dumb piece of shit? And it has nothing to do. You're not in Canelo's camp. You're not in Crawford's camp. Somebody help me understand. Somebody help me understand. That's all I'm trying to do. Help me understand.
You talk about jerk chicken, you sitting up here like in a jerk off Crawford. You gotta stop, bro. This don't make any sense. You need to know, shut the fuck up. You had your chance. You gotta be honest and unbiased about it. You know Canelo ain't scared of this guy.
This nigga said you gotta be unbiased. This dude is damn near slobbing on himself off camera. And he's talking about jerking somebody off. Nigga, your face right now is probably covered in what you would consider if you was in one of those moments with Canelo, nigga. Nigga, you got whipped cream all over your face just so you can get in character. Just so you can know what it feel like every time that you see Canelo. You know good and goddamn well you don't rock with Canelo that heavy. But you willing to give him fellatio on this motherfucker, slobbing all on yourself, playing around with whipped cream all day, rubbing that cake icing all, that white cream coconut icing all over your face. Now I feel like what I supposed to. Canelo, tell me how I look. Oh, matter of fact, let me put my lipstick on. Okay, now what about this? Oh, fine. Just you know, go and kiss ass. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold up, TB. Let me get through this just a little bit more.
You sound like a fucking idiot. You sound like a fucking idiot. Dude already told you it's an easy fight. It's impossible to duck somebody 2, 3 weight classes below you.
You sound like a woman.
Because somebody call you out don't mean it's a duck, you stupid idiot. That's the problem. We have too many fanboys, and we have too many fanboys, too many fanboys in boxing. Your name is TBE Boxing.
You sound like
TBE Boxing. You are not the best at shit because you just got body bagged.
This dude is yelling, and he's totally off topic, and he's talking about somebody's title to their freaking channel, but yet he's talking about unbiased, and he's being extremely biased. So let's talk about this. Fanboys in boxing, it happens all the time. Have fanboys in boxing, for real. But let's just take away the boys because we're dealing with grown ass adults, right? We have fans of the sport. This dumbass right here, he's a freaking fan boy. He's what you call a hoe ass nigga because he don't respect him talking to another adult about the sport. He's making it personal to take it off the sport. So him being disrespectful and dropping all those obscenities, he feels like he can kind of cloud the bullshit that he hasn't been acknowledging. Obviously, TBE hit him with some facts, and what he say after that? No. He refuses to acknowledge it.
It's impossible to be a duck. Canelo took harder fights, which are bigger risks. Terrence Crawford is easily the easiest fight he can take for the biggest amount of money. You're a fuck.
Terrence Crawford is the easiest fight he can take for the biggest amount of money. But you up here screaming and yelling that he has a right to demand $150 million for a fighter that he said that was an easy fight. But yet you say legacy is more expensive than him getting $150 million from fighting an easier Crawford. You saying getting Bivol's belt is going to make his bank account go up? Man, this is the dumbest nigga I've seen in a long time on this shit. He's up here highlighting that shit. What's good, TBE? What's good?
Hey, what's going on, WCS?
I'm good, man. I'm just listening to this idiot, man. I mean,
that reminds me when I was in the military. They used to say, my drill sergeant used to say, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, then baffle them with bullshit. So
yeah,
that's basically what he was doing.
I mean, he talking about you got cooked and jerk chicken. I say you're off topic. You're making it personal. You can't even relate. Like, what happened to you acknowledging every fact that you dropped to this guy? He just want to say no. I mean, what is it, bro? It's something has to be in the air, man.
I don't even think he heard what I said. He was just talking, boy. These guys are very emotional. So it's like the
hey, TB, he called you a piece of shit. I mean, I'm like, that shit was puzzling me. I'm like, what does that got to do with boxing? I can see if you know somebody on a personal level, right? I can see if you might have seen him in person and disrespected him in front of his family or something. But he up here calling you a piece of shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's PTSD, man. It's the Spence. All of these guys really, you really have to give them condolences because a lot of these guys are still suffering from PTSD from the Spence loss. I mean, this is real. It's not, I'm not joking.
Yeah,
I mean,
for real. I get it. That's why I talk about it all the time. They haven't did proper healing yet from that ass whooping.
Exactly. And, they, like you said, they take it very personally. And, I mean, me personally, I don't, if Crawford goes up to 168 pounds and he loses. I mean, there's no shame in losing, against another fighter that's a good fighter. Just where if Canelo loses to Crawford, there's no shame in that. So, I mean, I don't understand why these guys are so personally invested in these fighters to the point where they'll do anything for them not to lose. I mean, if Crawford want to challenge himself, let him challenge himself, go up there, and if he lose, he lose. I mean, that's all there is to it. That's not going to be the end of anything. I mean, but whatever.
Hey, I just wanted to ask him, he's talking about the now. And, boxing, all your accolades transfer over from division to division to division. You know what I'm saying? So you win a championship in 1, 2, they always recognize your accolades, right? I just wanted to ask this dumbass, right? when Canelo fought Daniel Jacobs at 160, you know what I'm saying? He moved all the way up and fought Sergey for the first time, their TB. And did Sergey Kovalev ask Canelo, did he have a belt? He didn't have a fucking belt, and Canelo moved up 2 weight divisions to face Sergey Kovalev. Now, granted, he had been to 68 to fight Fielding already, but he went from Daniel Jacobs at 160 all the way up to Sergey Kovalev to fight at 175 for the first time. Where does the argument begin to make sense that you're saying Crawford, it's impossible for him to do the same thing? Canelo finished Jacobs and moved up to Sergey Kovalev and beat an older Sergey Kovalev who was around the same age as Bud. So why is he coming at you as if you're saying something as if Crawford's at 130, as if he's at 126?
I think that's basically a reflection of their own, personal issues and how they feel about themselves, self-esteem type of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, they can see Canelo doing it, but they just, for some reason, just can't see Crawford doing it. I guess because he's black. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what it is, but
man, it's prejudice, man. You know what that is.
It's
prejudice,
crazy.
even from black fight fans. It's prejudice. That's all.
So
It's
Crawford
prejudice.
can't do it. It's impossible. There's no way he can do. He can go up there and beat Canelo. But it is what it is.
This fool told you that it will. Look, we're talking about ATB. We're talking about 150 million now. We're talking about 150 million, and this nigga said it'll make more sense to Canelo to go beat Bivol for legacy. You are the dumbest motherfucker I know, bro. I mean, come on, man.
If they offered me 100 million, I'd be fighting Canelo tomorrow.
Yeah. I said, okay, cool. 100. 100? Okay, cool. No doubt. I'm there. This nigga gonna say a belt is gonna hold more weight in his bank account than him fighting Crawford, as if Crawford don't have accolades. Bro, you sound crazy.
I'm more than Canelo.
Yeah, man.
I mean, like Canelo hasn't won all his fights by knockout or by unanimous decision. There's a lot of fights that Canelo had that people say, oh, he lost that fight, or he lost that fight, or he lost. So there's none of that with Crawford. I mean, his record is spotless, basically. At some point, you got to actually look at what you're looking at, you know what I mean? And the biggest thing that these guys always talk about is who did Crawford fight? What the hell? Who did he fight? I mean, this type of what they call it, the resume talking point. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So does that include Spence? I mean, these guys, they basically call Spence trash. I mean, that when it comes down to it, you know what I mean? Because Spence is now that Spence got beaten by Crawford, he wasn't an elite fighter. I guess so. It is what it is.
I'm like, you can't come over here and say fanboys when you're literally calling somebody out their name, and we're talking about boxing. We just having I wouldn't call it y'all having a debate. I know I'll open up the panel, but it wasn't like y'all was having a debate. It was more so you was dropping what Canelo said. It doesn't get any more personal than that. When it comes to dropping what Canelo said, he personally said that shit, and he gonna say, no, that don't fucking matter. No, bro, come on, no, you're not gonna acknowledge facts. You have to acknowledge facts, bro.
There's a lot of internet warriors out there, bro. You know what I mean?
And what did Canelo get from fighting Avni Yildirim? I mean, he was in the process of unifying. He was in the process of unifying. You know what I'm saying? 168. He was starting the process. He fought Avni Yildirim after Callum Smith. What was the purpose of him fighting Avni Yildirim? To knock him out in 3 rounds. What was the purpose of that? It was no purpose at all.
I guess he wanted to give him a payday, I guess. The guy wasn't that his sparring partner or something?
Yeah, some promissory note. And Avni Yildirim was coming off a loss. And this nigga's up here talking about he set the game, he beat Bivol. It's legacy over 150 million? Dude, you out your motherfucking mind, dog. Don't nobody give a fuck about a belt that's gonna be on the shelf getting dusty. vice what you have in your bank account. You can't think for another man like Canelo.
Oh man, these guys. I mean, it's kind of funny when you think about it, though. You know, I mean, these guys. I mean, it's really funny. These
I mean, it's
guys.
good you blew it off. I mean, you didn't match his energy because there was no need for you to match his energy, because then he would have brought you down to his level of incompetence. I'm serious, man. He was up there calling you piece of shit and all that. I'm like, huh?
I mean,
Jerk
these guys,
chicken? That nigga trying to be racist at the same time, dog.
These guys call it a debate, bro. These guys are off the chain. These guys are just out of their minds, bro. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. They get very emotional about these fighters, especially, you know, I don't really see what the big deal is with these guys, and what is it that they see in Canelo? I mean, what is it that they're looking at that they think that Crawford, there's no way Crawford could beat Canelo? What is it? I mean, the guy is a PED.
Yeah. You went out.
Yeah, that was my I'm on the computer. That was a phone. All right, so
I put that link in there for PUKE. You know, if he in the area.
Oh, you mean Nuke?
No, I mean PUKE.
I don't think he's gonna come out here. You think?
I mean, he up here got unbiased all on this shit, man. I got time on N25 for some hot grease. I just wanted him to come over here, bro, and talk that talk. Explain to me how that makes sense. How a belt, if you take it to the pawn shop, depending on who it was, they say Bivol. Hey, can I pawn this in? It was Bivol's championship belt. I'm gonna be honest with you. I give you $12 for it. You're not gonna get $150 million for a belt. Well, and you already, I can see if he didn't have a belt already at 175, but he already had Kovalev. So that's how that makes him seem more asinine when it comes to boxing, because he had already defeated Kovalev. And you're acting like him facing Bivol, who was undefeated. Bro, what was the accolades of Kovalev again? Come on now. Let's not play that game. What was Kovalev accolades considered to Bivol? Come on, bro.
Yeah, I think Kovalev was pretty good back in the day when he was a younger fighter. I mean, he was hard. Sure. He was hitting hard up there. I mean, he was knocking people out. Yeah. But I think he's probably more famous for losing to SOG than anything else. Yeah. At this point, Canelo basically went up there and clipped him while he was, I think he was on alcohol and the whole 9 yards.
I think he was like 37 years of age or something like that.
But even that wasn't the bad. The part was like, I don't want to get him. I don't like to talk about people's business, personal. But he was having alcoholic issues and that type of thing. So he probably wasn't really training like he was supposed to.
Hey, the perfect time for Canelo to swoop in and get a belt.
Exactly. That's how.
That's just how he did it, bro.
That's how he worked. That's how he does everything, bro.
Yeah.
He doesn't really challenge himself. You know what I mean? Who else Canelo really challenged himself against besides Bivol? I don't know. I don't know what possessed him to go up there and try against Bivol, because I don't really think that Canelo thought about that personally. I think somebody told him to go. Maybe Reynoso told him to go up there and try that. Because Canelo is not really that brave, from what I can see, bro. He's not like Crawford. He's not a guy who's who's going to go out there and really challenge himself. Because if that was the case, he would have fought Benavidez a long time ago. Look at what's going on with Benavidez and Morrell, right? So, from my perspective, you might think differently, or some other people might think differently. But from my perspective, Morrell is kind of green. I don't really see him giving. Benavidez any real problems. I think that they're gonna clip him because he's young and he challenges Benavidez, and so Benavidez probably said to himself, you know what? Let me go in there and take this guy out now, because if I wait 2-3 more years, he might become a problem. So I'm gonna go and clip him now, and that's what's gonna happen. I think he's gonna get clipped. But we'll, I could be wrong. We'll see how it all plays out. But
man, Benavidez is gonna beat Morrell ass, bro.
I mean, that's what I think.
Look, let's think about this. Let's internalize this shit, bro. We're talking about 11 professional fights, and his resume is trash. Period. So you're talking about Benavidez having championship fights and having the names on his resume, including an Andrade, who's a 2-division champion. And all of a sudden, Morrell is supposed to come out of the shadows and he's going to show Benavidez that he's on his level too. I mean, come on, man. Come on. It's not going to be no Rocky story here.
I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, so I went and I watched all his fights. Okay, because you don't have that many fights.
Why would you give yourself that torture? Why would you torture yourself like that? It ain't shit to watch. It ain't shit to watch, bro.
But I mean, I just want to see what I want to see what he could do, and from what I can see, bro, I mean, this guy he's gonna get knocked out by Benavidez, bro. I mean, he's gonna be bad, I think, because he just doesn't. He reminds me of. I did a video about that. He reminds me of Boots. So he's like a guy who likes to pose. You know what I mean? He's out there posing, like he throws like if he throws a punch, he basically. It's all telegraphed, and he's like stay in that position for a second or so, and then it's like he's fighting for TV, like for people looking at him. You don't go in the ring and do that, but you go in the ring and take your business. The same thing that Boots always does, making all these crazy moves, and they all basically they're not coming, like. Just off the fly, it's premeditated almost. It's crazy. So I don't really think he'd have no chance. I think Benavidez could probably go knock him out by the 4th round. If he goes past the 4th, by the 7th, I think he's done. So we'll see though how he plays out. Maybe, I mean, I don't understand why his team put him in there with Benavidez. If they went along with that, it just doesn't make any sense. But we'll see. Maybe they know something that we don't.
MKB said he put a dude in the coma. That fighter never should have been in there with Morrell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it happens like that sometime in boxing. They just find an opponent to get in there. He never should have been. He could have killed that dude. You know what I'm saying? Hey, anybody seen Puke in the area? Tell him I dropped the motherfucking link in the chat for him if you want to come up here and scream like a little bitch. Tell him I got the link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear all that good that Canelo anthem when he talk about fanboys. I mean, if anybody, he talking about take Crawford nuts off your face, right? But the way he was screaming and yelling, I'm like, who nuts are you harvesting? I mean, who nutsack are you harvesting? For real?
Spence, who else? All these guys are former Spence.
Yeah, they former aerosexuals, man.
Yeah, they're former Spence, members of the Spence Protection Brigade, aerosexuals. That's what they are, bro. And they're still salty about. I mean, they're still talking about Crawford, man. I mean, look at the title of the video that IOTB did, BA did, saying that people are still the ghost of Errol Spence is haunting it. I mean, what the hell are you talking about, bro?
Hey man, shout out to IO, man. I had to do a review of his freaking live, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he can feel the way he feel about that. You know what I'm saying? They feel. But that guy right there that he led up there, I said, okay.
That was his attack dog, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Chihuahua ain't meant to come out the yard sometime. Keep that motherfucker back in the gate. All that barking just cause unneeded attention and shit, man.
I mean, those guys, bro, they're not really boxing fans. They're man fans, bro. That's all it is. That's what it comes down to. They're not really fans of boxing. I mean, that guy anyway. I mean, he sound kind of unstable. So who knows? But
I wanted some of that energy he was giving you, guy. God damn, let's talk some boxing here. You know what I'm saying? I really want to, for you to explain. Let's not even go the Bivol route because you didn't make no motherfucking sense. You're talking about 150 million towards legacy of Bivol. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane, yo. It is insane to think that you're trying to convince the fans that it was better for him to fight Bivol when he already had a championship at 175 instead of Crawford. It was better for him to fight Bivol instead of Crawford for legacy. Man, get the fuck out of here, yo.
It's not like he's gonna try to become undisputed 175 pounds. He's not gonna do that.
He's not, because you still got Beterbiev there, unless he was trying to swoop in like he did the 168-pound. And then why did Canelo petition there, Puke? Why he petitioned for the franchise belt at 160 instead of fighting Jamal Charlo? Explain that to me.
And do you know that there was no black fighter ever had the franchise belt?
Oh yeah, I know that. I told them when the franchise was going on, I said, man, they're not gonna give the franchise belt to a black fighter, but in the swoop, I think Devin Haney, I don't know if they petitioned for it when they fought Kambosos, but I think Devin Haney might have swooped up all the titles to include the franchise.
I think they offered it to him and he refused it.
Okay.
But most
so
of the
that
fighters,
means the franchise is no longer at 135 anymore.
Nobody has it. Have you heard of it lately? Have you heard of the franchise belt? Nobody's, it's gone.
I mean, all the champions have been beat though. Like, okay, the only fighter that they was talking about actually having some advantages to it was Canelo when he was still lingering around 68 to 60. They was trying to say, oh, he's the franchise at 60. That can go up to 68. And he can do the same thing. But they were saying, no, that ain't the case. And then one Francisco Estrada, he got beat, obviously. He was a franchise champion. He vacated the WBC. That's when Bam Rodriguez came up there and beat Carlos Kudras and Sor Rungvisai for the vacant WBC. But now he just got beat. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, Devin Haney was the last guy that the belt was still alive around Devin Haney, and they, like, when he refused it. If I'm not,
I would say Kambosos. It was still alive at Kambosos.
Oh, right, you're right. Kambosos did accept that belt. He did accept it. He did say that he was.
So it went from Lomachenko to T.O. to Kambosos and then Devin Haney. So it really made rounds at 135.
Because he was saying that Kambosos was saying that he's undisputed.
yeah, right. Hey, he in the franchise era, he was undisputed. I mean, in the franchise era, but it seems like the franchise era has dissolved, bro.
I mean, you gotta. I mean, what self-respecting fighter would call himself? Teofimo is still going around saying that he's undisputed, bro. I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
Mauricio Suleiman had acknowledged that he couldn't make up his mind whether the fighter was going to be undisputed or wasn't going to be undisputed. He acknowledged, even ESPN at one point in time.
I mean, it's madness. I mean, this guy is going around saying he's undisputed. And lately, I've been hearing him, people say, well, his fans saying that, well, he's linear. That's because Crawford made that clear to them when Derek James said that, when they was in that stage right before the fight with Spence, when Derek James said,
he is lineal because Josh Taylor never lost a belt.
Well, he is lineal, but I'm just saying
he's lineal,
that's not being undisputed, though. I mean,
hating as Derek James tried to say he was 2-time undisputed before Crawford.
I mean, what the hell? What the hell is wrong with Derek James, bro? What the hell?
All you gotta do is listen to him talk. You'll know what's wrong with it.
I mean, I expect that from these, casuals that don't know nothing about boxing. But what the hell? You a trainer, bro. What are you talking about? I mean, you are ex-boxer. What the hell are you talking about? Undisputed. You don't know what undisputed means?
Good question.
Does he have any fighters left? I mean, they all seem to be leaving.
I could care less, man. I know that one fighter. I don't know how we thinking about Errol Spence. We don't have we enjoyed that fish. We had an ultimate fish fry, in that celebration. There ain't nobody on the Crawford fan base, thinking about Spence. Spence fans should be concerned about when is he. I think he's been out 17 to 18 months. I mean, that's the real concern.
I think Derek James basically ended his career, bro, because the first and foremost is that he was never prepared to fight Crawford. Derek James, I don't know what Derek James was doing or what he was training, what he was telling. Well, I know what he was saying publicly. I did a couple of videos about that, but in terms of getting Errol Spence ready to fight that fight, the biggest fight of his career, he was wholly, he was not prepared, bro. Simply not prepared. And then after the fight started, and Errol Spence took that beating. I mean, 9th round. I mean, that fight should never went past the 7th round. Okay.
Yeah.
No way. That fight should have been stopped by the 7th. Probably some people probably say even before that, but I would say the 7th round, that fight should have been stopped after the 3rd knockdown, bro.
But it was so much money and promo. Man, they just wanted to sell it as much as possible. And look, come on, you got to give Crawford credit for carrying him over the 8. He carried him through the 8, man. He could have stopped him in the 8th round. He could have stopped him in the 7. You know what I'm saying? He carried him to the 9th.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's something. I don't know if he did it because he was trying to carry him, or he did it because he was trying to punish him. But whatever, yeah, that's most likely what the situation was, because he definitely could have knocked him out in the 8th without a doubt. You know, so he just kind of coasted, you know, him. So I mean, if I was in his corner, I would have stopped the fight in the 7th, bro. There's no need for the man to take that punishment. But you know what I'm thinking? That in the corner of Derek James' mind, he was probably thinking about the Porter fight, because he criticized Porter's father for stopping that fight. Okay, he criticized him for that. So I think that he was probably thinking, if I stop this fight, they're gonna, you know, what could I mean? It's gonna be the same like Porter. I don't want to stop it, but he should have stopped the fight. And I'm not surprised that Errol Spence left him, because he almost got the man killed in there, bro.
Hey, he didn't want to stop it because, like you said, he probably didn't want to get fired. You know, Errol Spence was the biggest name in his camp. You know, I'm talking about before the AJ and Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia ain't a bigger name than Spence. You know what I'm saying? No. Come on, let's be real. But I'm talking about, he's been with Errol Spence for a while. So that was the biggest name in his camp. So he probably, like you said, he probably didn't want to stop that fight and give Bud Crawford that the bragging rights. You know?
Yeah.
Crawford would have said, shit, I made his trainer stop the fight. The same trainer who said I ain't fought nobody.
I'm glad that the referee did this job in that fight. That referee. He knew the fight needed to be stopped, and he stopped it, and that was good refereeing right there. Because even though he probably should have stopped it before that, but you know,
that was Kenny Bayless, right?
Was it? I don't remember. I'm not sure. It might have been, but he did a good. No, Harvey Dock. I think.
No, it was Harvey Dock. Harvey Dock.
Yeah, so
Harvey Dock, good referee, man. You know, he did what he's supposed to. Yeah. I mean, he saved them to make it up out of there, but somehow, I mean, we're going on the 18th month, and still no Spence has made it back from that beating. I don't think Crawford fans have nothing to do with it. I mean, we ain't worried about no Spence.
I'm not sure he's gonna make it back, bro, because I mean, how many times, you know, for what I'm hearing, all these delays that he's supposed to fight in front of the door is all because of Spence. You know, either he's not on weight, or he's not projected to be on weight, or really, I think Errol should have listened to what Mayweather and just moved to 160, bro. You know, because I don't really see moving up to 154 is going to be any. I mean, he's probably still having a problem making that weight. You know what I mean? So 160 probably the better division for Spence, like Mayweather said. You know, he's a big guy.
Yeah, I'll put that out there. I'll say he stayed at 147 too long, and then his fans was complaining that he was weight drained against Crawford. So just because you move up to the next division don't mean you're gonna have an easier time. I mean, that's not that far apart from 47.
Yeah,
so, yeah, 60 might be definitely, you know, a division, and it's not much going on except Janabek up there and shit like that. I'm like, bro, Erislandy Laura is 41. You can move up there and fight Laura. Why you ain't fighting Laura? God damn it.
Well, that's what I think. That's what Mayweather was trying to let him know, but for some reason, I guess I don't know why they decided to stick. Maybe they want to make the the big money with Crawford. I don't know, but even though I doubt it because he ducked the fight so long, but I think that they would have been wise to listen to Mayweather move. At least he probably could have had a shot at Canelo, because when he was saying that he was going to move up and fight Canelo when he was ducking Crawford, a lot of people, you know, was rocking with that. They didn't have any problem with it. They only have problems when Crawford said it. You know,
come on now. You should have told PUKE, man, like you was probably one of them when he was talking about when Errol was talking about fighting Canelo at 147 and 68. You was probably one up there hyping that shit up.
But I'm sure all Errol Spence fan was hyping that up. They didn't, I mean, basically they saw that as, uh, you know, Errol Spence making moves, right? But when Crawford,
Yeah, he
when,
was making moves, dog.
yeah,
Look, Crawford
the-
was moving funny, and Errol Spence was making moves.
yes, exactly. You know, I mean, great. But yeah, I don't think I'm not sure Errol Spence is going to come back, bro. I think that all this delays and this and that, and what's going on with him, I think he's
He
having
has to, man. He
he's
has to.
having
God damn
problems.
it. They saving Sebastian, man. Man, I'm telling you, man. Like they would not let. They need Sebastian Fundora to bring over that other fan base to help Spence, do those numbers. For real. They need him. That's why he in a holding pattern, bro.
Yeah, you mean PBC needs him?
Yeah. Yeah. They need for him to come back with a notable name to make it interesting, to bring fans to the seats, man. I mean, why not Fundora?
Well, that's probably the best, the easiest fight he's gonna get at that 154. I mean, if you're talking about ranked top 10 people, top guys and champions. So I
And
mean,
he has a belt. And
yeah,
Fundora has a belt.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's not gonna fight Tim. He's not gonna fight Backrum. He's not gonna. I mean, I don't think he's gonna fight Crawford anytime soon. So
He should
yeah.
fight Bakram. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Nah,
he
bro,
don't have a
come on,
title.
man. That guy will murder him, man.
No, man. Oh, hey, who knew about Bakram Murtazalayev before Jamel Charlo vacated the belts? Be honest. Who was talking about Bakram?
Nobody.
They started talking about Bakram based off one fight, dog.
But I mean, if I saw the fight, and from what I saw, that guy Backrum is no joke, bro.
Yeah, man. He put the fire sticks to freaking
Yeah, that
Tim
guy.
Tszyu, dog.
He knows what he's doing in there. So he's not a slouch. He's definitely a top fighter. His style, he got the right style. I mean, I mean,
Come on, man. Come on. What Errol Spence has been downgraded now, man. You don't have confidence in Spence going there against a no name like Bakram.
yeah. Yo, man, what are you trying to do that to Spence, bro? You know what would happen if he went in there.
I just want redemption, bro. I'm thinking of redemption for these Errol
It's
sections,
not gonna
bro.
it's gonna be worse than Crawford, bro. What are you talking about? Yo, that guy's gonna murder Spence if we put him in there, bro. There's no way they're gonna put Spence in there with that guy. You serious? No, bro. It's not gonna happen. That would be very irresponsible to do that, something like that. You know what I mean? That would be attempted murder. So I don't think that's gonna happen.
Be attempted murder. Damn.
It would be. I mean,
Damn, how he's fell off. I mean, look, you take a couple of years. I mean, just what, a year and a half or whatever ago, no one would be talking about it would be attempted murder. They was talking that he busted Ugas up so bad his eye was bleeding 40 days and 40 nights. Now to attempted murder? Damn.
You know what? The funny thing is I saw, I don't know, there's a guy on there's some video about before the fight and after the fight. You probably saw it, where he showed you all these guys talking about what's going to happen before the fight with Crawford, and then after the fight.
Yeah. Active. You talking about Active, right? It's a brother.
Yeah, it was very good, very nice video. So
yeah, he changed his name though. Yeah.
One guy was saying that when they asked him, well, who's going to win and why, he said, well, it's going to be Spence. Spence is going to win by eye. He said Spence is going to take Crawford's eye. He's going to win by an eye.
Yeah, they was saying that, right? They call him the eye collector. They was giving him that title.
Oh, man, that shit was funny.
He's going to win by eye. Damn.
He's going to win by eye. He's going to take this guy eye. I mean, oh, man. And then after the fight, it was the other way around. So, yeah, but that was funny, though, the eye collector. That's a good name. But the best name was Man Down.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I mean, I wonder if he changes his name from Man Down after that. I don't know. After the fight, he still using?
No, he didn't. He didn't go into the fight Man Down. He went in there as the Big Fish.
Yeah, but
You
he
know,
was
all the
man down.
shirts. He had the sharks. You know, he had the shark walking up the hallway looking for Crawford, and you know, he came out with the smoking bud packs.
Yeah,
Hey,
but I mean, he had man. He had his production or his promotion is man down promotions, right?
yeah, but you know, when you look at the merch, it would have been good if he stuck with Man Down, but the merch was like big
But I don't
fish.
that I don't think man down aged very well, bro. I mean,
No, it
was
didn't.
he
Big
was
fish
man
didn't either.
down. He was man down, but he was the man that was down.
Yeah.
So I guess the name would have the name would have been a popo, but yeah, the
Maybe you
big
can
fish.
ask Puke Ball next when he comes back over here. Ask him like, who do you really support at the end of the day? I mean, who do you support? Because for you to be yelling, who do you support? Is it Spence? If it's Spence, say it's Spence. You
Well, you
know?
know they all support Spence, bro. I mean, they first they supported Spence, and basically every talking point that they using for Canelo was the same exact talking point they used for Spence. Oh, Canelo, Spence is too big.
Yeah,
Crawford is like the
yeah,
ass.
yeah,
He'll never be able to. Oh, are you serious? You must be nuts. Crawford, Spence is gonna kill him. So basically, it's the same talking point. They jumped off a Spence bandwagon when he got smashed. They went to Boots. Well, we all know what happened with Boots. Boots turned out to be a disappointment for them. So they jumped from Boots. Now they're on the Canelo bandwagon because Crawford said he wanted to fight Canelo. Now
yeah,
that's where they are now on the Canelo
yeah.
bandwagon. So that's all it is.
Straight up bias. He has unbiased on his logo. Unbiased, please. You're biased, bro. Because if you're a Canelo fan, I mean, if you are Arrow fan and converted over to Canelo just because you hate Crawford, say that shit. Say it. Just don't come over here and talking about fanboys. I heard that shit before. That ain't gonna fly over here.
But they're
And
not. They're
I
not.
really wish you would have showed up, Puke. Man, I don't need no notes for you, bro. For real. I got some questions about Canelo's resume that you was hyping up so much. You know, talking about he's a Hall of Famer right now. Man, so is Crawford. What the fuck you talking about? He's undefeated. Canelo has 2 losses already.
I don't think them guys know that. They don't really acknowledge it. I mean, they just, and when you tell them about Mayweather, oh, Crawford ain't no Mayweather. Oh, this, that, the other. Oh, yeah, I know he's
And
not
he
no
ain't no
Mayweather.
Mayweather, but they acted like, shit. You would think he beat Floyd the way they sitting up here talking about Bud don't, Canelo shouldn't fight Bud for all those other reasons. Man, come on, bro.
I mean, what kind of boxing fan is that? I mean, you don't want to see they don't want to see the fight. What the hell you mean you don't want to see the fight? What are you talking about? I mean, oh man, these guys are joking. You don't want to see the biggest fighter. What? They don't want to see it. I mean, I can understand the Mexican fans saying that, because
Yeah.
they're trying to protect Canelo. But I mean, man, come on, bro. You got to be kidding me. You don't want to see the fight. And then a lot of them are talking about, they act like they're looking out for Crawford. Oh, I don't want to see Crawford get done like that. Yeah, man, stop it, bro. You're not
Sound like
fooling
some whole
anybody.
shit to me.
You're
I
not
don't want to
fooling
see
anybody.
Crawford. Man, Crawford don't need your help. He got a whole team.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
got a whole motherfucking team. Y'all, I don't want to see him get hurt. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you
yes,
do.
they do. That's the exact opposite of what they're saying, bro. But they don't think that Canelo is going to hurt him. They think that he's going to beat Canelo. So they don't want him to go up, because if he goes up there and beat Canelo, bro, it's over for them, bro. It's like what are they going to say? They're going to have to just get on their knees and have their forehead touching the ground. I mean, that's what they're going to be able to do. You know what I mean? So, but knowing these guys, they'll find something else. You need to fight Usyk next. Crawford should fight Usyk. He should fight Fury and Usyk the same night.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying? These guys are jokers.
Hey, if weight don't matter, have Fury. Fight Fury if weight don't matter. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's just wild, bro. But shit. Yeah, man. It don't look like old boy gonna show up, man. Appreciate you pulling up though.
Yeah, no
You know
problem.
what I'm saying?
Did you do that picture up there? Is that you drew that?
Oh no, I grabbed it from somebody and I just put the letters to it and all that.
Oh, okay.
I be out there fishing for shit that people be putting up.
Is
You know what I'm
that
saying about fighters.
Is it just a one picture, or was it a comic book, or it's just a picture?
Yeah, it's just a picture of when they did like a sequence of Crawford being a superhero.
Uh-huh.
So I just stole it, put a different background to it, and put my freaking my fun up there, whatever.
Okay, nice picture.
Yeah, I could strip all that other stuff off. It'd just be him that position. You know what I'm saying? The superhero.
Okay. So you were you cutting out now?
Yeah, I'm about to. I just came in here for some smoke, man. He don't want to do it. I'm gonna finish doing the review on the video a little bit, and then I'm gonna bounce, bro. It is. I
All
got some
right.
other
Yeah,
stuff to do.
I hear what you got to say. Go ahead. I'm gonna log out.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you pulling up, dog.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Thank you for letting me say my 2 piece.
Hey, and don't eat no more jerk chicken, dog. He was trying to goddamn.
Oh, I'm a vegan, bro.
Hey, he was trying to go in that Jamaican shit, man, just being racist as hell, right?
I'm a vegan, bro. I don't even eat jerk chicken. I don't eat any chicken. What the hell these guys are? I don't know, bro. I mean, these guys are pitiful, man. But anyway, I'll see you on the next one.
All right, salute, bro.
Fucking idiot. The only reason he wants more money is because it's there. There's nothing else he would gain from a Crawford fight. Canelo's going to bring all the fans. Crawford's not going to have no fans. Crawford's not going to have any belts to offer. Crawford has nothing to offer Canelo but the money from Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Why are you so emotional when it comes to Crawford?
I'm naming facts. Why you can't rebuttal any of my facts? Rebuttal one of my facts right now then.
Bro, you sound like a bitch.
Okay. I sound like a bitch, but you look like one. So please explain to me, rebuttal one of my points. Rebuttal one of my points, because you just got destroyed. Rebuttal one of my points.
Somebody destroyed? What are you talking about? Destroyed with what? You sound so silly, bro. Who are
okay,
you?
rebuttal one of my points. Rebuttal one of my points. You don't want to talk about the facts. You just got exposed. Rebuttal one of my points.
When you hear this exposed shit and all that, man, how many times y'all gonna use these words, man? Y'all keep on remediating the same shit like you just learned your alphabets. Goddamn, move on to some shit that's kind of difficult, bro. Learn sign language or something. You talking about a dude look like something, he's behind a logo, bro. You know, you the one started with the ultimate disrespect, but what you want to do, TBE, he's not on here no more. You know, you have the link all to yourself. I mean, I want that same energy. You talking about you don't rebuttal, you ain't rebuttal. I want a rebuttal. Come on, jump on this carousel, man. Let's go for a little ride, bro. Come on, man. Come to the carnival, bro. For real. Talk that shit to me. Really, I have so much to ask you about Canelo's freaking resume. And why do you believe that he's say, okay, it's just because Turkey Al-Sheikh has the money. But you said it'll be better for Bivens.
Exposed with what? You don't have any points. All you doing is screaming and yelling like a maniac.
So you just ignored everything. Dimitri Bivol, he didn't ask for 150 because he gets a belt. What did he get from fighting Crawford?
Bro, Crawford is a pound for pound king.
Hold on. What does he get from fighting Terrence Crawford? Answer the question, bitch.
$100 million.
Hold on. So he don't get legacy. The only thing he can get is money, right?
Well, he'll beat Crawford. Crawford is undefeated.
Beating Crawford don't mean shit for his legacy, dumbass. They're not in the same weight class.
That's your opinion. That's
a fact.
He up here talking about it's a fact. No, it's not a fact. That's your opinion. Saying that Canelo gets 0, the value is below 1. You saying Canelo, which a person that you're not a part of his team, Canelo's probably laughing at you right now. He said, Cabroni don't know shit about boxing. Eddie, come listen to this. It's this puto over here sounding stupid. Come on, Eddie. Hey, ven aquí, Eddie. Eddie, come over here. Listen to this guy. He don't know what he's talking about. Even Canelo's laughing at your ass. He don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You're just up here rambling on about shit. Saying that he gets nothing. You're talking about a guy who's been awarded. He's had awards. How many awards has Bivol had at the end of the day comparable to Crawford's legacy? How many awards when it comes to his profession that Bivol has had? You claim that the belt is legacy when he already earned a belt. And which belt did Kovalov have when Canelo beat Kovalev? Which belt? I want to say it might have been the WBO. I don't want to say that because you might goddamn jump back on here and start yelling and screaming, "Oh, I hate the WBO," because Crawford he made Spence do all the heavy lifting with the WBO. Fuck the WBO. I mean, what belt did Kovalev have? It wasn't a Reggie belt. I mean, if you really want to comb through resumes, Crawford never was a Reggie belt holder, but Canelo was when he moved up and fought Rocky Fielding. That's legacy, huh? I mean, you're too much of a coward to jump over here and click the link, but you want to go over here and get personal with people and think you're still on boxing. Come on, man. I left the gate open. Come out the motherfucking yard, yo. You got permission? Come out the motherfucking yard.
In fact, that has nothing to do with my opinion. Well, okay, I'll tell you what. Since you're too stupid to realize, what credit did he get for fighting Jermell Charlo and beating him, the 154 undisputed champion? What credit did Canelo get for that fight?
You know, there's no credit for a track match in boxing. Okay, if you
no. I'm not talking about Jermell getting it. I'm talking about Canelo getting it. Canelo didn't run. Canelo got on that ass. I'm asking you a question. What credit did Canelo get for fighting undisputed 154 Jermell Charlo?
I agree, but Jermell Charlo.
You agree? So that's another body bag.
So he's talking about it's a body bag because Canelo got nothing for fighting Jermell Charlo, who was signed for PBC, in which Canelo loves shopping with PBC because he gets, he's locked in. He gets the money. So it was a sacrificial fight. Wasn't his brother Mar Charlo locked in? And Mel Charlo took his place to go over there and fight Canelo? So you can't ask that question, what did Canelo get, when Mar Charlo was locked in, and due to personal issues, he couldn't make the fight. So Mel Charlo went over there and ran. And you had the audacity to talk about he ran all because he felt Canelo's power. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. In that case, why it was only one freaking knockdown then? Why it was just one knockdown out of 12 rounds, 3 minutes per. 36 motherfucking minutes? And you saying it was because of he felt the power? Real talk. It was all because he felt the power? Is that what he said, y'all? It was all because he felt the power? Charlo was dropped in round 7, stupid. Nigga, you don't know shit. He was dropped in round 7, and you talking about he ran the whole fight because he felt the power. He was dropped in round 7, nigga. He was doing the same shit from the opening part of the fight to the rest of the fight. Round 7 ain't enough for you? I mean, they was fighting 12 rounds, bro. He made it to the 12th round, and you're going to say he was just in there running. Man, what did y'all get this motherfucking... What did y'all get this dude from, bro?
Now you're agreeing with me, but you look stupid. You can't agree with... Another body bagging coming. Who he fight that was the level of Canelo? Go ahead. Go ahead and fuck up. Go ahead and say it.
No, he didn't fight nobody the weight of Canelo.
No, I didn't say the weight. The level of Canelo. Who has he fought? Go ahead and fuck up. I'm waiting for... I'm ready for this. Go ahead. Who did he fight the level of Canelo Alvarez?
Many of his fights, the fighters that...
Who? Just name one. Just name one.
This is the difference between me and you.
No, right? Just name one fight.
See, this is a guy who don't want anyone to talk. They've been dropping facts on him. See, you asking who did Crawford fight the level of Canelo, it sounds stupid. Because if that was indeed the case, Crawford would be focusing on Canelo once again. If it was somebody else out there that Crawford has fought that had the same accolades of Canelo, then it would make it only right that he call out Canelo dumbass. If you're asking who did he fight the level of Canelo Alvarez, it would be no one. So therefore, it's a quagmire that you in, right? If he would have faced somebody to the likes of Canelo Alvarez and whatever belts they had, then it will make it only right for Crawford to call out Canelo Alvarez. Because why? He's still that guy. he still holds down the legacy points, right? And then if you want to flip that over and say Crawford hasn't fought somebody to level, we're in boxing. That means he challenges himself. He calls out Jermell Charlo before he beats Spence. He can't get Jermell Charlo because he went on vacay. So Jermell Charlo has already stepped in there with Canelo Alvarez, lost. So what's wrong with Terrence Bud Crawford fighting him if Jermell Charlo went 12 rounds with Canelo? What's the difference? We know Mal Charlo was supposed to be the one to step in there, but he couldn't make it happen. So why are you asking about, has Bud Crawford fought somebody the level of Canelo? Name any other fighter that fought a fighter the level of Terrence Crawford that's in these divisions, that's within range. Who at 154 has the accolades of Crawford? Who at 147 has the accolades of Crawford? Who at 160 has the accolades of Crawford? Should I keep going? Who at 168 has the accolades of Crawford? Name them. Who at 168 has the accolades of Crawford? Because you're going to sit up here and cry and try to sweep resume names and all that shit. It extends way past resumes. Because how long did it take for Canelo Alvarez to become undisputed? Bud Crawford was already on that short list. Canelo had to catch up. Canelo had to catch up, bro. And what happened? Crawford ended up beating a guy on the pound for pound list. Let me ask you another question, Puke Master. Was Callum Smith on the pound for pound list when Canelo Alvarez beat him for undisputed? I'm waiting. I mean, you can take off your shirt and swim around in that hot grease, man. Make it easier for you. That shit hot. What about Avni Yildirim? Was he on the pound for pound list? You just want to talk about names, right? What about Billy Joe Saunders? Was Billy Joe Saunders on the pound for pound list in the undisputed? Okay. What about Caleb Plant? Because this was the undisputed run y'all want to talk about, right? When he fought Bivol, was Bivol on the pound for pound list? Or did they recognize him after he beat Canelo ass? I'm just curious. So therefore, you got to give credit to legacy when Errol Spence, your fighter that lost bad, he was on the pound for pound list and he was a unified champion. You can't throw that all away because Crawford made him look easier, just a tad bit easier than Amir Khan. Oh, my bad. Once again, W says, what you doing? Let's talk about Amir Khan for a second. You want to hype up your boy Saul Canelo Alvarez. Let's talk about him fighting Amir Khan. Why did he fight Amir Khan after he had been knocked out by Prescott and DSG? What purpose did that serve if you want to talk about why he's moving up? What does Canelo get? It's more beneficial for him to fight Bivol than Crawford, right? But why did he fight Amir Khan and he had already been knocked out twice already? Why? What was the purpose of Canelo fighting Amir Khan after he had already been knocked out? Matter of fact, let me go back a little bit more if you want this hot grease, right? Let's talk about after he came up on his first loss to Floyd Mayweather. Why did he fight Alfredo Angulo, who was coming off a TKO stoppage loss to Erislandy Lara? What was the purpose of Canelo Alvarez fighting Angulo? Oh, matter of fact, let's move on. Why did Canelo Alvarez fight Erislandy Lara after Angulo? And he won that via split decision where a lot of people said he lost. Why did he do that? Erislandy Lara had already stopped Angulo. Canelo fights Angulo, coming off a loss, hands him another loss, then fight the guy who handed Angulo that loss. And then Canelo, you want to talk about what does he gain? Why the fuck did he fight James Kirkland? What was the point in him going in there knocking out James Kirkland in 3 rounds? Somebody explain that shit when people say, why should Canelo fight Crawford? Why did he fight James Kirkland when he was on this run? Why did he fight Miguel Cotto? We can answer that because Miguel Cotto was legit. He had losses already. But I guess he felt some type of way from the beating that Jose put on his ass. He wanted to fight, Miguel Cotto. Then he went up here and fought Amir Khan. after he had been knocked out twice already. And then he goes in there and have a knock him out match with Liam Smith. Shout out to Liam Smith. Then he goes and start making these moves, right? Now he ventures over for confidence to begin his 160 ascent. He goes and fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. punching bag and goes full 12 round and just a lopsided affair. He didn't get the complimentary knockdown. Chavez Jr. didn't get knocked down. Just a freaking punching bag, just a waste of fucking time. What did Canelo get out of that? Was it legacy puke ball? Let's move on. What about Gennady Golovkin's first bout? Was Canelo clean? Was Canelo clean in that? Look, he went up there and he had the opportunity to establish himself. Did Gennady Golovkin ask Canelo, did he already have titles at 160 pounds when they fought? No, right? So why are you using that for Crawford? Why are you saying Canelo doesn't have anything to gain from Crawford when he moved up to 160 and fought Gennady Golovkin and he had no titles? Triple G had the titles. Okay, moving on to the rematch. That's after a retro suspension of Canelo Alvarez, who was popped dirty for clenbuterol, right? He wouldn't even pay the IBO freaking sanctioning fees. Why was that? Was that legacy, or he didn't feel like he needed the title? Explain that shit to me. He didn't need the title? I'm just asking. He didn't need the title. Why he wouldn't, pay for the IBO? And then the IBF had already took their shit. So he went in there with a couple of titles to unify, and he finally got to beat Triple G coming off a dirty drug test. But people don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about legacy. What legacy was it? Gennady Golovkin fight was at 160, the rematch, right? He moves up for a Reggie belt. Did Rocky Fielding ask Canelo, hey, do you have a belt? What benefit was it for Canelo to go out there and fight Rocky Fielding? Was Rocky Fielding on the pound for pound list? They're puke nuts? No, he wasn't, right? Take the spoon out your mouth. Just dip your head back and put it all in there. Was Rocky Fielding asking those questions to Canelo when you want to use that scenario? Oh, what does Canelo has to gain from Crawford? What did Canelo has to gain from Rocky Fielding? A Reggie title. Then he goes back down to 160, fight Daniel Jacobs. From Daniel Jacobs, he moves up 2 divisions. Did Sergey Kovalev ask this nigga, hey, you got a title here at 175? I know you just came from 160. Do you have a title? So you can't use that fucking argument just because you think it's beneficial to push your bias ass narrative. So he goes up there and beat an old ass Kovalev. Yeah, y'all say, yo, he was around the same age as Crawford, right? But y'all give Canelo credit for greatness, for legacy. And this way it gets even more dumber for puke nuts. He went up here and dropped back down to 168. And like I said earlier, Callum Smith wasn't on the pound for pound list. Abner Yildirim wasn't on the pound for pound list. Billy Joe Saunders wasn't on the pound for pound, nor Caleb Plant. So he jumps from 68 after unifying the division back up to 75 for a second time. How the fuck is this title any different than the legacy that he got against Sergey Kovalev? And Sergey Kovalev, if I'm not mistaken, has more accolades than Dmitry Bivol. How does this all come together? How do you say Canelo has nothing to gain from Crawford? How? You clearly see it in his own resume that he's a nice cherry picker. You can clearly see it. You can clearly ask yourself, why did he fight Amir Khan after he'd been knocked out already? Last time I checked, Crawford's undefeated. He's undefeated. James Kirkland, he wasn't undefeated when he fought Canelo. Chavez Jr. wasn't undefeated. Miguel Cotto wasn't undefeated. Erislandy Lara wasn't undefeated. Alfredo Angulo wasn't undefeated. I mean, we're talking about when you get in the thick of it all in this rematch. The most exciting one was Gennady Golovkin at 160. Do we really give a fuck about him facing Gennady Golovkin in a trilogy? when we already seen enough of what we needed to see in the first two fights? Did Gennady Golovkin not get the hallmark? Did he have a title at 168 when he took his first fight from 160 to go to 168? His first fight at 168. Were they talking about legacy then? Dumbass. Why does all this shit happens to circulate around Crawford when you're not holding these other guys accountable? Why are you not popping those question marks in there? Why are you not loading up your gloves with all these question marks and ask what some of these other fighters had? You're not asking, did they have a title? You didn't ask Canelo, hey, why did you fight these guys? They didn't have a title to offer you your weight class you was in. Why did he fight John Ryder? Why did he fight Jamel Charlo, Ahami Magia, Edgar Berlanga? Did they have a title at 168?
Fighter, you said he fought many guys the level of Canelo. Name one. Name one right now. Just name one fighter, please.
The difference between me and you, bro.
No. I'm asking you. Just name one fighter. You prove IOTBA's point. Every time a Crawford fan talks about Terrence Crawford, they can't help but bring up Errol Spence. You got Errol Spence's name all in your mouth and down your throat. Name.
See, that just goes to show you're mad. Of course we're going to bring up Errol Spence because y'all hating ass niggas been out here talking that shit about Crawford for the longest of time. Of course we're going to bring up EJ. We got to catch up to all the hours that you spent dedicated to trashing Crawford's name and his legacy that he ain't fought nobody. You want it all to be gone. That's all it is. Y'all want this shit to disappear. You want a breeze to come in and blow all that shit away and say, oh man, it's so fresh now. All that stank from July 29, 2023, that decomposing carcass. Oh my God, finally. I think it's smelling a little bit better. Look, it was smelling like the third phase of rigor mortis in that bitch, bro. Bud Crawford left a carcass back at the T-Mobile Arena. They talking about Crawford fans can't say anything about bringing up Spence because the fight took long enough to happen. And they was the main ones up here talking about, shit, Crawford gonna get his ass beat. Spence too strong. Don't shy away from what you said. No, that ain't going nowhere. We remember those days. I do. I remember that shit right there. And what better way to remind you than speak on it? Hell yeah, I'm gonna bring up Spence's name. I don't give a fuck how many times I bring it up. I'm gonna bring up the T-Mobile massacre when it's not in October. You know what I'm saying? It can be October 30th. I'm still gonna bring it up on July. I'm still gonna bring it up in February. Because it's pertinent to what happened in his career. All the smear campaigns and all the damn talk. I mean, the bashing, the defamation of character, talking about the man's family. Y'all did a number on Crawford. And now y'all trying to switch it up and talk about every time Crawford fans talk, they bring up Spence. You motherfucking right we are. We gonna continue that. Not only are we gonna talk about it, we're gonna talk about his pathetic fan base too, on why they run around here putting on different costumes trying to act like they supporting another fighter when in reality you are a pure psychopath that still haven't healed from the motherfucking July 29th. July became a month that they hate in life, y'all. They refuse to move forward. Look, it's gonna be their family and friends around them in July, right? They're going to just come off a barbecue and shit. Everybody's going to be laughing and joking around. And then when July 28th come around, they might be chilling. Matter of fact, let me look up something right quick. You know, always. So July 28th is on a Monday this year. So that means they're gonna damn near get fired. Because you know what it is coming off a weekend. That weekend is gonna suck for these prior Errol Spence fans. Because they gotta come back to work on a Monday. Ooh. and the 29th is on a Tuesday. Ooh. But you know how people have attitudes on a Monday. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be upset.
Name another fighter, because you said there was many fighters. Hold on, you said Terrence Crawford. You not seen a Terrence Crawford fight? He does not fight the same as Floyd Mayweather. They fight differently.
Yes, they do. Slightly differently.
So why would you bring up somebody who fights completely different when Canelo Alvarez was 23?
He said Bud fight completely different than Floyd. Boy, you are the goddamn biggest juvenile when it comes to boxing. You're just trying to push a narrative for bias.
And had a catch weight on him. That don't even make any sense, bro. You're talking like a fucking idiot. But all it is to get away from the point. Hold on. All it is to get away from the point. Name somebody else who's on the level of Canelo that Terrence Crawford beat.
Okay.
I'm asking you a question. So you said there was many guys that Terrence Crawford fought that's on the level of Canelo. Name some other Crawford, but yet this man is fighting at higher weight classes. That's greatness, whether you want to admit that or not. He's undersized.
I'm glad he mentioned this. When I heard this the first time, I say, hey, he's proving my point that he's not the smartest crack nut in the bunch, because he's highlighting the same very thing that Crawford's doing. Listen to him.
Just because you're not on the level of Canelo don't mean you're trash. Canelo Alvarez is physically a smaller man than Errol Spence. He has less reach than Terrence Crawford, but yet this man is fighting at higher weight classes. That's greatness, whether you want to admit that.
Him fighting at higher weight class is greatness, y'all, right? But when Crawford does it, it's weight classes for a reason. Once again, this man is saying that Canelo fighting at higher weight classes is greatness. But when Crawford does it, it's weight classes for a reason. And he's really out of bounds. You see the hypocrisy? You see how intoxicated they are off their ignorance and stupidity? He's going to highlight Canelo moving up the higher weight classes for greatness. But when Crawford is doing the exact same thing, it is met with a load of bullshit.
That or not, he's undersized fighting at 168. Do you not understand that, dumbass?
So that's another point I was trying to make for Puke Nuts. Puke Nuts refused to show up, but he's over there damn near screaming and yelling. You know what I'm saying? Showing his non-binary boxing skills when it comes to these debates. He's highlighting that Canelo is undersized. Isn't that what they say about Crawford? So, once again, point to point. Crawford cannot get the check mark for greatness when he's calling out a fighter of the high weight division, nor when it comes to Puke Nuts, he cannot give him credit, Crawford, for being an undersized fighter and doing the exact same thing that he's accrediting Canelo Alvarez to doing. Am I missing something here? Real talk, am I missing something? Hey, y'all in the chat, somebody go get Puke Nuts and tell him to come over here and get this hot grease. He's been listening long enough.
Yes. Do you not understand the guy's 5'6", 5'7", fighting at 168, fighting giants? Are you that slow? Are you that stupid? It doesn't make any.
Canelo's fighting giants, y'all. Callum Smith? How many fighters was he fighting Callum Smith height? Where are these giants at? Because Bernie the Boxer said Crawford was the giant slayer. I mean, at one point in time, they were saying that Errol Spence was the boogeyman because he ballooned up to 185, 190. Well, I can drop some names. I can drop some names on who was goddamn bragging about that shit. Now we want to talk about Canelo, his fighting bigger fighters, but yet Crawford is undersized in your bias-ass narrative, but yet he can't get the green light? Except when you're trying to point the man out for criticism. I'm talking about the green light at the intersection. The go. He can't get the go. You green lighting him for criticism. He don't get the pass for being undersized and want to move up to fight a fighter at 168. Man, I swear, you aerosexuals are so easy to debunk. So easy to expose the lack of depth that you have with this boxing debate shit. You make it too easy for a thinker like me.
Any sense. So the fact that you pull Errol Spence out your ass, but you can't name another weight class he won a world title in because he haven't. Canelo's done it in 4 weight classes, and he's done them in high weight classes where he does not belong. That's the problem with guys like.
Oh, so Canelo has done it in higher weight classes where he don't belong. Once again, Canelo has done it in higher weight class where he don't belong, and you're highlighting. You're in a celebratory state. You are absolutely applauding Canelo in higher weight class where he don't belong, but Crawford doesn't get the same access. And this is assumingly a black fight fan. You're trying to tell me an undersized Crawford cannot get the same credit and value of moving up to a higher weight class to face supposedly a bigger fighter who said Crawford was smaller? But you're up here highlighting Canelo Alvarez for doing the exact same achievement that Crawford's trying to accomplish. What a bastard. What a bastard at the end of the day, yo. What's good with it, D-Ray?
Hey, bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's good, bro?
Hey, man, salute, bro. Hey, man. Hey, the more things change, the more things stay the same. WCS is cooking these casual fans, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man, for supporting the channel, man. You know, they had to get it, man. You know, it's the early part of the year. It ain't no heavy boxing going on right now. It's the perfect time for Puke Nuts to get a review on this dumbass, man.
Hey, and that's what I was going to say. I didn't realize when I first tapped in that Old School was cooking on him, bro. I mean, because he did a job, bro, because he got old boy out of character. And like you said, bro, he got, you know, to be a fan of black fighters or however we want to say it, you know what I'm saying? He showed using a lot of energy against the hood, bro. What's up with that, man? So salute to him, you know what I mean? Because he over there cooking, man. So I just had to jump on and give both of y'all praises, man. I appreciate the work that y'all doing and how y'all keep calling them out on all these false fake narratives that they've used and they tried to recycle like we ain't been here and we ain't been through it already.
We ain't been on the spot, bro.
Hey, the Marine officer on the front line, bro. I just want to thank you, man, for all the work that you do, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, D-Ray. No doubt, man. I appreciate you, bro. All the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, and that's the thing too, right? Dude saying, oh, well, he don't belong in the weight, right? And we saying, yeah, man, he started at 47, right? You know what I'm saying? He's saying, well, he's giving up all these advantages. He's going up. He's daring to be great. But we don't want the brother to get his chance, bro. Man.
Yeah. You up there highlighting, you know, talking about he's challenging himself. He's daring to be great. But Crawford can't get the access, nor can he get the cosign from y'all niggas when he tried to do the same thing.
And that's the thing, bro. We ain't telling them to support Bud. Just be quiet, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be a Canelo fan, highlight Canelo's accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to say, oh, well, he can't do this. But then in the next breath, you want to say Canelo did that. So you want to, you know, really try to protect Canelo's legacy and damage Crawford's, bro.
Hey, you kicking number facts, man.
Hey,
you know?
hey, listen, but that's the thing though, right? Because if he'd asked me who was accomplished as much as him, I would have said Ricky Burns, bro. I'd have made him have bust of blood vessel on his head, bro.
He's a multi-division champion. You're right, multi-division champion. Put some respect on Ricky Burns' name.
Hey, and for real, him and Ray Beltran, the only ones that I know that became champions after they fought Crawford, bro.
But see, what this dude is talking about, they always want to compare what Canelo has accomplished now, vice what Crawford was accomplishing while he was on the go. Yeah, Canelo was a unified champion at 160. Okay, he also popped dirty at 160. I mean, you can say what you want when it comes to legacy, but he popped dirty at 160 too. And then you want to talk about moving up.
You ain't want that smoke, bro.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, maybe, hold on. But now, what else was you about to say after that, man? My bad.
No, I was pretty much saying like how he was saying, what does Canelo have to gain because Crawford don't have a belt? It's all Crawford. Well, what was the saying about Canelo when he was moving up? The Rocky Fielding, He didn't ask Canelo, does he have a belt? He fought Canelo because he was a big name. He was Canelo Alvarez moving up to another division. So Canelo fought for a Reggie belt, his first belt at 168. Was that legacy? For real, was it legacy for Abner Yildirim? I mean, come on, man.
Hey, bro, that was a great point when you brought that up too, because not even I have realized that or comprehended it at the time that Bud has never had a Reggie belt, bro. Salute to you for that.
Never had a Reggie belt. Never had a majority decision. Never had a split
Right.
decision. Never had a draw. You know what I'm saying? Never.
And that's the thing too, right? Because salute to Skull, right? Because I will be rooting for him if he ends up getting a fight. But he got 9 knockouts, bro. That's where Canelo don't want to fight somebody who can move, who can think, and who can stop his ass, bro. Because that's the one thing that I do think that Bud can stop him. I don't think that, and I don't want to give out too much, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be headhunting if I was trying to fight Canelo. I'm going to touch him to the head, but every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to check, you know.
Well, if you throw on the right hand, Canelo rolls very good with that right hand. He even rolls so much for his chin is over his shoulder, his right shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much he'll roll with his opponent throwing that power right hand. You know, he'll roll with it, over roll with it. He gets away with that shit.
These is gems you ain't getting from your favorite YouTuber. They want to talk about some dumb stuff. Hey, man, and here's the other thing, though, right? Because his fans are already going to be, you know what I mean, at where they on the attack, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anything that they can use against Crawford Nation, they going to use that, bro. And these dudes ain't doing nothing but trying to give them ammunition, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Stay over there and, you know, whatever, bro.
Yeah, just stay over there. I mean, black fight fans are some of the worst too, man. They just blend in with regular boxing fans. Some of the most disloyal community of combat sports enthusiasts that you ever meet in your life, bro. Real talk. I mean, disloyal as hell, bro. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. Smear campaigns and everything. I mean, Canelo get praised and he gets applauded for moving up and challenging himself to be great. But Crawford do it. Now you want to put all the stipulations and scrutinize why he's doing it. Why is he doing this? It's weight classes for a reason. Why is he doing? He should just stay. We heard that from Charlo. Maybe it's the mentality.
He's a stud. He said that's like a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, Errol Spence is a stud.
Listen. Hey, check this out though. Because I just thought about this when you was cooking a second ago, bro. Because basically, to me, it's industry versus non-industry, right? Because Canelo could fight whoever he want, wherever he want, whenever he want, and Crawford gotta go out here and, you know what I'm saying, just to try to get a fight with somebody. And here's the other thing, right? If you want to say that Ricky Burns or whoever is not on Canelo level, I will say that he been ducked by, these is my words, nobody else's, but he been ducked by somebody who got better accolades than Canelo and Manny Pacquiao, bro. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? How that Manny Pacquiao, you know, point of reference gonna look. You know, come on, bro. Come on,
hey man, but hey, for real, bro. I just wanted to thank you, man, because I do appreciate all the hard work you do, man. And you know, hey, they don't want none of the smoke, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I just say, man, just, you know, you putting it on them. I appreciate it, man. And you know, thank you, bro. And everybody subscribe, like, and share, man. And just keep dropping that heat, boy, because they ain't ready for 2025, bro. Hey, because you got that. What's that say? Cinco del Crawford.
They ain't ready, man. All they want to do is ride it off. Oh, that fight ain't happening. It's still Cinco del Crawford because he ducked him. Canelo don't want to fight Crawford. He's easy work, but he don't want the 150 million. Come on, it don't make sense, man.
like this. You don't know anything about boxing. You don't know anything about boxing. That's why you couldn't name anybody else on Terrence Crawford's resume. You don't know anybody that Terrence Crawford's fought other than Errol Spence. You don't know that he got rocked by Gamboa. You don't know that Terrence Crawford got dropped by Mean Machine. You don't know any of that. You don't know that his corner was saying, you're down on the cards to Sean Porter. We're scared you're going to lose the decision.
What does that have to do? Look. What does that have to do with him getting his ass beat by Erislandy Lara? What about Jose Cotto? What about Jose Cotto? He had Canelo rocked. What about that? You gonna bring that up? Erislandy Lara don't get no credit. The same person who handed Angulo a loss, and then Canelo fought Angulo right after that. Right after him coming off a loss to Erislandy Lara. And then he goes in there and wins a split decision where people to this day, maybe not you, because you obviously not an educated boxing fan, but a lot of people say he lost that fight with Lara. A lot of people say he lost that fight. But you're still digging 8 years ago on Crawford, who admit that he got hit by Gamboa and he had fast feet. Isn't that what boxing is for? So if you're going to bring up Crawford being hit by Gamboa, you sure enough got to bring up Canelo being hit by Dimitri Bivol. You definitely got to bring that up. I mean, I would like to brag about 168 pounds and how he got hit. But like I said before, it was disinteresting. It was mediocre, insipid, banal. I mean, what was so hyped up about that? You know what I'm saying? Who went into that fight out of the undisputed 50-50? If you look at Terrence Crawford 147-pound undisputed run, they definitely said that Errol Spence was a 50-50 fight against Crawford. Some even had, really Errol Spence being 60 to Crawford 40, 7 to 30. They really thought that Crawford wasn't on the level of Errol Spence. But who at 168 pounds for Canelo Alvarez was the fight fan saying it was a 50-50 fight? Was it Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant? It definitely was Abner Yildirim. I'm just trying to find out the questions. They always want to bring up Mean Machine and Gamboa, so many years apart. But did Mean Machine make it to the final bell? Did Gamboa make it to the final bell? And did you know that he fought Gamboa in his hometown? So what are you trying to prove when it's boxing at the end of the day? It's boxing, bro. I know you sitting out there like a little coward, listen to everything I say and you won't click the link. It just goes to show you want to get on there where you felt comfortable.
I guess you don't remember that shit either. See, that's the problem. Ain't none of these guys got Canelo Alvarez power. They ain't got his chin. They ain't got his boxing IQ. They ain't got his legacy. They have none of that. So the fact that you so stupid to sit up here and talk crazy, you should be embarrassed, bro. You should be embarrassed. That's why you're disgusting, bro. You should be embarrassed. IOTBA, thanks for having me, man. This guy's a moron.
We got somebody else who came.
This guy's a moron. I can't debate a moron, man. Thank you.
He can't debate a moron. He gonna run off like a little bitch. You the moron. You the one up here acting like you got the whip. You a black fight fan acting like Crawford ain't did anything for you to brag about. For you cats that's out here debating, you really got to dig back and, just got to just think a little bit deeper than usual. Like you was in a conversation with somebody and it's a healthy conversation. You got to dig a little bit deeper. Now it deals with strategies, tactics, and everything else. When you hear somebody like that highlighting their favorite or the one with ulterior motives, they push an agenda. When you hear them talk about someone like Canelo Alvarez, just say, for example, and they refuse to highlight, you have to ask them, what has Crawford did right in his career? I heard you say about Gamboa. I heard what you had to say about Mean Machine, but he has 41 victories. Hoe ass nigga. 41 victories. So I just want to ask you, when you see the O to the right side of Crawford's boxing ledger, can you explain to me what he did right in his career? If you come out your motherfucking lips talking about he ain't fought nobody, then we don't need to talk any further. We don't need to talk any further, because if you're gonna highlight Spence, and if that's the fighter that you want to act like it's nothing all of a sudden, we don't have nothing else to talk about. Because Spence was on the pound for pound list. Spence was accredited as being the hitter. Spence was touted to go in there and hand Crawford and make it look easy. He was the boogeyman. He was the bigger, stronger fighter. When they had that weigh-in Beverly Hills, it was people on here saying that Crawford looked small. And I'm saying it's a weigh-in date. He has to make weight. He has to balance out the scales. He has to make weight. What are these cats talking about? What are they talking about? And then when the fight go the way it does, they refuse to accept the results. You're talking about how Errol Spence is going to just go in there and dominate Crawford. But then you come up after the fact, Errol Spence looked totally different than he did any other time you've seen him in life. And you want to say he was weight drained. After Crawford set up there, the Nostradamus, the old Omaha Nostradamus, predicted this shit way back when, say, hey, when I go over there and beat him, y'all gonna say he was in the division too long. Ain't that what he said? When I beat him, y'all gonna say he was in the division too long. He was weight drained. Isn't that what Bud said? And then he said to Spence, I'm gonna stop you. He said, on God, you ain't gonna stop me. They even bet $1 million, nigga, that Spence had to pay off on record as saying he gave him his $1 million. He put it in the motherfucking in the write-up. And they was complaining about that. You know what I'm saying? Like Bud held a weapon to Spence. Why did Spence had to do all that? Why he had to appease freaking Crawford so much? But you were saying that the A side was Spence. He was the unified champion. He bring the butts in the seats. He was the showpiece, right? That's what they said about Errol. But then they start whining when Spence came out, say, yeah, we both had to make the fight. I gave him what he asked for, and this, and this. Y'all are mad, man, hearing that shit. And look, all that spitting all over yourself, drooling, cussing people out is not gonna erase that motherfucking fight. Once again, I tell y'all, it's no matter what you say, how disrespectful you get, it's not going to omit what is already recorded in the boxing annals in this bitch. And that is Terrence Bud Crawford stopped Errol Spence in the 9th round.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sorry, but
shut up. You didn't got embarrassed, bro.
You're an emotional female, bro. I'm sorry, but that is what it is.
Yep. Whatever you say, bro, you got embarrassed. You got body bag, bro.
You got something to say to Luke?
Yo, this dude's a superb dick eater, bro. I'm listening to this disgust right now. Like, didn't Canelo lose to Lara?
Yeah,
But they gave him the decision?
No,
I mean, this dude is really sucking. Wait. Listen to what I said, bro. No, you
so you want to sit up here and cry about something that didn't happen? That makes you a dick eater. That makes you a dick eater. That makes you a dick eater.
See, this gives me confidence that there's boxing fans out here that's willing to address and rebuttal this idiot. It's good to see other people jumping on to rebuttal this legitimate, bona fide, undereducated boxing casual. I can't even really call him a boxing casual, dog, because boxing casuals got more knowledge base than he does. For real, the only thing that's good about this guy is his logo. Maybe he should spend less money on logos and crack open a motherfucking book, or put some search engine inquiries in there and start studying the sport of boxing. That's what you should do. Study. Because you're sitting up here talking about all the shit Canelo did, talking about dick eating, and nigga, you've been goddamn long stroking. I'm talking about deep in your throat. You've been choking the whole time. That's why it sound like you slobbing on yourself, nigga. No telling what we'll see if that camera popped on while you was talking to TBE. We would have seen some goddamn crazy shit. YouTube would have took the motherfucking vid down.
You're talking about something that never happened. That makes you a dick eater. You want to fucking debate a hypothetical. That makes you.
Shout out to Coach K. He's recognizing what he had in his mouth, what he was goddamn consuming. You know what I'm saying? What he was snacking on. Why he was so mad. Because this nigga's up here behind the scene trying to talk to TBE and also have shit in his motherfucking throat. Come on, man. You that much of a press Canelo sack rider? You can't highlight the shit the brother did? You trying to tell me you're going to highlight Canelo challenging himself for legacy, but Crawford doesn't have the permission to do it, says you? This is getting interesting.
You a dick eater.
This guy is very emotional, bro. This guy's
You speaking facts and can't nobody overcome those facts.
You dick eater. You spoke
to win, bitch.
Canelo or Lawrence. He was given a decision, dick eater.
Thank you.
You better be sucking dick over Marquis Fielding.
Look at him.
He was given a decision. He was given a decision, you dick eater. You come drink.
It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? There, puke master. It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh?
You Canelo come drinker. Be quiet.
Yeah. Get on his ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach K, man, bringing in the heat. Shout out to K bringing in the heat. Shutting this female idiot, non-binary having low-class boxing enthusiast down.
He was given a decision. Stop slurping Canelo nuts because he beat Rocky Fielding. Stop sucking Canelo nuts because he beat Yildirim. Stop it.
Ooh, Coach K came in with the bow. He had the bow all the way strung to the back. He was coming there with the fully auto. You know what I'm saying? He was fully auto, dog. He had the trigger all the way to the rear. Pop, 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 pop. It was over. Huh. When you disrespecting, hey, it's not fun, is it?
Now you ask a question. Who side is going to be a difference when this fight comes, dick eater? So anybody with common sense knows. A skillful big man beats a skillful little man, dick eater. So what are we dick eating for? What are we dick eating for? All right? So who has Canelo fought with the same skill set that of Terrence Crawford's, dick eater? Nobody.
Okay. Hold on. So this is where you finna get body back.
No, dick eater. I'm gonna hang up the phone now, dick eater. You're a dick eater.
Are you a pussy? Right or not?
Hold up.
Then get your man. Because if you wanted to debate, he asked me a question.
Now he's calling for IO to get your mans. You didn't request IO to mediate any of what you was doing and what your dialogue you was having with TBE. Now all of a sudden you want to look for a lifeline. No. Hold up. No. I know you ain't reaching out to IO to save you. You ain't reaching out to IO to save you, bro. He's up here looking for the life alert. He's pushing the life alert button, y'all. Now he got somebody up on the panel to match his energy. He don't like it. So now he said, hey, get your boy. He don't want this debate. No, you was just saying all that bullshit to TBE. Now all of a sudden you trying to reach over and get help.
You're the dick eater. No. I said what I said. I'm not going to debate. I'm not going to debate with a neophyte. You're a neophyte, bro. You're a neophyte.
Hey, you know what a neophyte is? Y'all know what a neophyte is? A motherfucking novice.
No, answer the question. You want me to answer the question or not?
Debate you. You're a neophyte, bro.
No. You want to answer the question?
I mean,
or not? Look at him. He's a pussy. That's what kind of man.
See how he got all hyped up when it was son and old boy left the panel. He got all hyped up. Let me show you this. Let me show you this right quick. Let me show you this right quick. Let me show you this. Let me show you this.
With the neophyte. You're a
Let me show you how this
neophyte,
works.
bro.
Ask me a question.
You're
Let's
a
see if you really want to smoke.
You're a neophyte, bro.
No, answer the question. Hold on. You want me to answer the question or not?
To debate you. You're a neophyte, bro.
No. You want to answer the question or not? Look at him. He's a pussy. That's what kind of man you are. You ran from me, you little bitch. That's the problem, IOTB. You be giving it. No, hold on. IO, you be giving these pussy ass dudes an opportunity to sit on here and speak with the landlord, and he run off before his ass get cooked. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second, TB. I just want to answer his question real quick. Hold on. I want to answer Coach K. Coach K, the K stands for coochie. That's what it stands for, because you's a little bitch that ran up off here as soon as you asked me a question. So he said, what fighter did Canelo fight the level of Terrence Crawford? Easily many fighters. Dimitri Bivol, the best defensive boxer.
Boy, no. We've been focusing on the wrong thing. We've been focusing on the wrong thing. Like this right here, and I'm gonna close the shit out. I know what's going on. I know what that's going on. Now for TBE, he was talking about Dimitri Bivol. And then Coach K came on. He's still talking about Dimitri Bivol. This dude right here is a military brat. That's why he talked the way he do. His daddy is probably Korean and black. I don't know. But it's not Canelo that he's infatuated. He's infatuated with Dimitri Bivol. He's probably trying to advocate for Dimitri Bivol losing that fight against Beterbiev. See, you have cross-threading of fans who are damaged mentally. Psychologically, they're torn. Like, he's mad, that Canelo lost to Bivol. You know what I'm saying? And he's a true Bivol fan. Now he's trying to raise Bivol up. He's really like a groupie at the end of the day. Seriously, he's still talking about Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol fight is something of more recent. He's still talking about Bivol, yo. This nigga is still talking about Dimitri Bivol. Why? Why are you still talking about Bivol? Canelo, you already said he moved up and he's trying to show his greatness, how great he is and all that. But look, he moved up from 60 to 75 to face Kovalev. The same thing that Bud is trying, and you was earlier saying that Canelo was undersized fighting bigger opponents, but that's not within the standards of Crawford. Crawford doesn't get no evaluation where he stands in high regard to you because you's a straight up pussy. You want to call somebody a coochie? You a prostitute pussy. You worn the fuck out, bro. That's why you talking all hyped up. Nigga, you a minstrel. You a non-binary minstrel. Nigga, you bleed for fun. That's what you do. You bleed for fun. And if it's not enough, you go over there and puncture your motherfucking finger and drip that shit on you to make it look original as possible. Nigga, you got some issues. You want to highlight Canelo fighting Bivol and it's him being great. But yet, you ignore the fact that Canelo was at 60, move up and fought Kovalev. So it's okay for it to be a part of history, but you just don't want Crawford to be a part of this history because you scared. You a neophyte. Let me show y'all something right quick. He is a novice at the whole understanding. He's a neophyte. He had many freaking meanings. But he's a novice to this understanding. Let me show you what neophyte mean. Okay? Because when people mention stuff like that, when I use these words and shit, people are always trying to come neophyte. A person who's new to a subject, skill or belief. You're a novice. You don't have experience at this boxing game. You have experience with gossiping and crying and bitching and complaining and going around advocating. Hey, you don't know what I identify as. He's going around having these debates. Don't call me him. Don't call me her. I'm non-binary. This dude called you a neophyte. Do y'all see that? This dude, Coach K, came over here and educated this man and say, you are new to this boxing game. You are a novice. Another name for a novice is a tyro, yo. Do you not, did I not say it right off the back? He a novice? What is that right there? Huh? One of the synonyms is novice. A person new to or inexperienced in a field or situation. He is inexperienced in this situation. So shout out to Coach K for going on here and calling this man a neophyte. And he had to look it up. That's why he was quiet. That nigga had to go over there and wait for his dial-up connection to hit and say, okay, how the fuck do I spell neophyte? That nigga was up there saying, let me see, Neo. Talking to Matrix, Neo, shit. That nigga was saying Neofight, neophyte. No results. Oh shit. Damn, what is a neophyte? Neo. He never would have thought it was a PH and a YTE. Come on, Coach K, why you hit him like that below the belt? Coach K came in there hitting him below the belt. Bing, bing. He was looking like Jerron Ennis in that bitch. He was looking like what's the fighter? What's the fighter? Damn. What's that fighter name? God damn it. What's that fighter name? I just had it too. What's that fighter name? Use my search engine and my dial up. What was that? Andrew Galata. Coach K came in there with like Andrew Galata hitting below the belt. You a neophyte. Bing. Neophyte. Testing out the durability of his cup. Because he's been in there like a little wet, drippy, old infected coochie. You know, that he wanted to spell coochie with a K. Nigga, stop it. Call that nigga a neophyte. I'm sure he named Bivol and Mayweather two fighters that beat Canelo. So what makes him think Terrence Crawford can't do it? Hey, man, you're speaking too much. Too much facts that make sense. You know what I'm saying? See, look, you notice the brother didn't bring up Floyd Mayweather. See, that's why I'm saying the hottest chat in the MF game. You notice he did not bring up Floyd Mayweather because, look, check this out. Bug Unstop Canelo, great point, all right? Great point a lot of y'all have made in this chat. But when it comes to debating, right, I don't try to go way back into shit unless it pertains to something that they're trying to drive home. They're trying to push a bogus ass narrative. And then I say, if I can measure it up with something in the past, then I would. But you made a solid point about Floyd because you want to bring up Gamboa and Mean Machine, but yet you don't want to bring up the masterful clinic that Floyd put on Canelo. Oh, but we already know where he would have went. He would have been crying about Canelo being green. He didn't have enough experience. So if that's the case, damn near all of Canelo opponents didn't have the experience that Canelo have. They didn't spend 30 plus fights in Tijuana. They wasn't fighting over there. So if we want to talk about Canelo being green with Floyd Mayweather, then we got to talk about who was green when they fought Canelo. If we want to talk about numbers in professional fights. Canelo has over 65 fights. Come on, bro. He has like 62 wins or something like that. Who had the experience of Canelo Alvarez? Who? Coach K said, Erislandy Lara beat him. Imagine that. He wanted to cool brush over that. And then he wanted to reach out to a lifeline. Help. Help. I.O. help. That nigga called himself the landlord. Nigga, you was quiet as hell. This nigga was calling you a dickhead. You was quiet. You was on there searching. The Erislandy Lara really beat him. Nigga, you a neophyte, bro. You was new to the game. You got somebody on there that was meeting your energy, and you got quiet real quick. You got quiet real quick. And then when the brother got off there, he did what he's supposed to do. He hit you with a goddamn punch combo and had you on the ropes. That nigga had you damn near sleep like Bermain Stavern when Wilder knocked his ass out. That nigga almost had you looking like Amir Khan. And then when he left, you want to say, oh, there you go. Man, come on, bro. A real one, they just get in and they get out. They don't give you the opportunity, knowing what they heard already, that you're not going to bring any type of substance. You wouldn't even come over here and click the link. You wouldn't even come over here and debate, bro. It can't be the subscribers. We ain't talking about subscribers, are we? Just talking about we going for knowledge for knowledge. You want to be comfortable over there? Why not come over here? I'll let you get a chance to talk. Why you duck the smoke? Why you didn't click the link? You talking all that shit about a landlord, nigga. Come over here and prove that you got the real estate. Prove that your real estate license is up to date. Go over here and take over this piece of real estate. That's all I'm saying. Bring up that old shit. Yeah, he got 62 wins, bro. He has over 65 professional fights. Appreciate that. 62, 2-2. Bud don't have any majority draws, split decisions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, majority decisions. No draws on this record. No Reggie belts. But he's talking about highlighting what Canelo's doing for legacy. He's undersized, beating bigger guys. Isn't that where Crawford slides in? I mean, isn't that what he's trying to do? Y'all keep on whining and bitching, but this dumbass proving our point. He's proving our point. He don't know shit about boxing because he's praising Canelo for doing the exact same thing that Crawford's trying to do. But he's not denying what Canelo did. He's praising him. Man, you already know what it is. Appreciate y'all who pulled up. He ain't pulling up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't pulling up. He ain't want the hot grease. Don't get on anybody else's panel talking shit about me. Like, don't do that. I gave you the opportunity to show up. I gave you the link and all that. You wanted to listen to everything I had to say. You want to talk that talk. You're talking about a wordsmith over here. Yeah, I give you what you're looking for. You talking about a wordsmith over here, nigga. I can talk just as fast as you want me to talk, and it can make sense. All that damn dumb shit and all that you talking, it doesn't have any relevance to proving a point. Coming up with the same shit that Crawford, who on his resume and all that, bro. Just like Bud Gonna Stop Canelo said, you didn't even bring up Floyd. Floyd master. He gave a masterclass clinic of Canelo. But your dumb ass to get on here and talk about he was undeveloped. He was green, still moving up, right? Right? So what you're doing is trying to say you're gonna take credit away from Floyd Mayweather, one of the best to fight at this game. So if Floyd Mayweather had the opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez, and also Bivol, speaking of the ones who gave him his loss, why all of a sudden Terrence Crawford, it's almost like you have a phobia going on. You don't want to see Crawford, who you know deep down in your heart of hearts is a masterclass boxer. And you talking about him and Floyd Mayweather have two different styles. You are a neophyte. Coach K was on to something. You are a motherfucking novice. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to damn use too many of those type of words. I was just trying to explain and try to, dig a little deep as to why you a bitch ass motherfucking fight fan that just was up there losing your motherfucking cool. I mean, I don't even want to say you was emotional. You was really showing your minstrel. You was showing the minstrel side of things. Like you had anxiety that only comes from ovaries. For real. You giving me transitional reassignment. You sound like a dude, but you giving me those signs that you might still can get pregnant. Seriously, it's a reason why he was trying to go so hard at TBE. Now it's all making sense. You were on your cycle. Your voice is a little deep because the prescriptions was filled. Real talk. Anyway, shout out to y'all, man. Salute to the hottest chat in the MF game. I'm out.